The second one. By the way, the woman from the podcast said that West probably will collapse in like a century. I think it's a lot closer than that. We have high school graduates here that can't read. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. I think you might be right. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. I don't really want to put a date on it because I don't know, and technology can speed things up or slow things down. It's hard to say, right? Because people are more replaceable in many ways, but also like that might make it harder, so I don't know. But yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for our heroes. What up, Supreme? That's my sword. We got punched. Got punched that.
Round 2. Fight.
Most of that. Both these characters make me want to cry. Oh, the low. The low. The low. I got dumb low too, bitch. Oh, not the version. Oh, what's that? What up, Shadow? What up against Tekken King? Mirror match and got bodied, but learned a lot about my character. Mirror matches are great. I recommend watching mirror matches is great too. The match I probably learned the most from when I was learning Leo was a mirror match between these two players, and I remember just watching that over and over again. Yeah, mirror matches are good. They saw you some shit.
Round 4. Fight.
Big block. Yeah, good to hear, Kill Kenny. That move is degenerate. Big block. Low. Mid. Mid. Low. Oh, help me. Oh god. Nice. Blessings from the realm. How you doing, bro? Hello. You had to guess. Oh man, watching these two characters is making me lose hope for the future of Tekken. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm like, there's gonna be more of this. Bob's gonna be like this too. Roger's gonna be like this. We're just guessing. Chad, is your Xiao better than your Leo now? Pfft, no, Xiao's my weakest character by far. Xiao's my weakest character by far. By far. My thing might be better than my Leo though. Did I miss your Yujiro thoughts? I mean, I don't like the character, but everyone else does, so good for them. Those are my thoughts. But yeah, I had a huge rant earlier. I'm guessing Kuni anti-air is preparation for Yujiro jumping attacks flying over the stage. Lol. Kuni's so cute. Yeah, she's very cute. Like a K-pop star? Sure. Mathematically, though, she's ugly as fuck. That shit's way too safe. Eddie's an all-rounder, bro. Eddie seems fine. Eddie seems fine. He's got some pretty toxic situations, but he's like middle of the pack. Good tournament character though, but he's just gonna force you to guess. And if there's a wall explosion behind you and he just has like relax 50-50, He's able to make you just guess 50% for 50% of your health. That's, in a tournament, that's huge. Safe mid or risky low. Wall explosion behind you. We're done. We're done. 50-50 for 50? Pooh. Oh yeah, he's S plus if there's a wall behind you. But there often is. There often is. That's the thing. But it's a good tournament character. Maybe not as good for long sets, but in tournament, he's as good as anyone. I think Kuni's going to be all over the place in tournaments too, and not just because she's new. I think she's really strong. But I think she's like S2. Wow. Nice. Nice. Big block, big punish. You think, Chad? I think so. From what I've seen. Still early. But from what I've seen, yeah.
Final round.
No one say anything until Arslan makes top 8 with her. Well, I don't need other people to tell me my opinion. I think she's top tier, but we'll see. Ugh, the punish. Wow, full screen. I love that.
You win.
I was complaining about fuck around range. That 9-frame knee move seems strong though. I thought I could step the dagger throw. Idiot. You can't step that. What do you think, this is a 3D fighting game? You gotta hold that shit.
Fight.
Full screen mix. Safe. That should not be safe. You should not be able to just set high level, like, or make the second high J-Link, or make the second hit non-J-Link. Because you can just do backdash, 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 full screen mix. And if you're gonna do that, then there should not be a safe mid. I can see high level, it's gonna be disgusting. She shouldn't be able to do that.
Round 2.
But but then again, this is old me thinking, like, new Tekken, they're like, fuck you. We'll give you a strong low and a big mid. So they're alright, cool. This is me talking about like old-fashioned balancing. Challenge that. There you go. Good luck, her. Yeah, it's Tekken 8, you gotta give up on that shit. But it does mean that, like, now, just like the only way to really win in this game is just make your opponent guess before they make you guess. There is no like defensive counterplay that we've come to Tekken for. It's mix before they mix you. Do you have any wishes for season 4? Honestly, I'm not even memeing. My wish for season 4 is that Virtua Fighter comes out. Respectfully.
Fight.
That's my wish for season 4. Not even a meme. The low. Go see in late for season 4? That'd be nice. Well, I say that'd be nice, but like, no. Yes, it would be nice in theory, but then they're gonna be Tekken 8ified, and it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare, bro. It's not about being smart, it's about being fast. No nuanced conversation, just yap away. It's that bad, huh? It's not even just that bad. It's just it's something new. Maybe this version is way better than the old version, but like I come to Tekken for a certain type of gameplay, and they're like, yeah, that gameplay's dead. We have this new thing now, which is just like Mixed Olympics. I'm like, I'm not really interested in Mixed Olympics. At least not in this system. Wi-Fi hero. Mind you. Yeah, this is a fun movie. It is. Who wants to come to room 2 and fight? Can't both watch another set. Maybe the island wasn't that good after all. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, but that was the only shot we had. Like maybe the new island would be good, but 'twas not. Unfortunately, 'twas not. Agree, it's fine. You play friendlies for the most part. At least now you can somewhat reduce the BS manually. Nothing beats the OG experience though. Yeah. But I can understand why people enjoy this. There are times where I enjoy it too. But it just seems like the highest level of this is just like, it's not really there. But what I want doesn't exist right now, so at least not in a convenient way to play and stream and all that shit. So honestly, I'm just waiting for season 4. I'm just waiting for Rectified it. I'm hoping that'll be better. Oh shit. Jun? I've not labbed new Jun. Is new Jun a problem?
Round 1. Fight.
Oh! She launches, I forgot. She's not like Asuka, who gets like a little bit from the low. I have to respect the full crowd. Ooh! What the fuck? Why can't I play? Get a new opponent soon. Plenty of reason to think about Tekken. Wall splat. I won. Like, oh, trade. I thought I lost.
Fight.
That is a good whip punish. I gotta get in that ass. Oh! Descended.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, fuck. I miss having a down for it too. Oh! Why'd that? That hit me because I was Korean backdashing. This is why I'm not Korean backdashing. I'm like, why'd that hit me? That didn't counter hit anything. Oh. Oh, Korean backdashing in this game. I started doing it because people were telling me I should start doing it, and it's costing me.
Fight.
That was real. Is that high? That is high. No, the double! I fell for the online strat. Oh, we'll take it. I fell for the online strat. Oh my god. Oh, that went under a high. This sucks. What the fuck? Oof. That was closer than it felt like it should have been. Don't suppose you care about Yacht Club at all? Not at all. Bro, I don't know how to rage out in combo. Yeah, you gotta learn that shit. It's one of the last things you learn. Thanks for teaching me that that's a high. You're an easy as fuck to navigate.
Round 2.
I've just never used them.
Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Oh. Stop it. Explosion! Shucks, should have been a fucking shoulder at least. Fuck you. That went under a high. That why? Why'd they make the move like this, bro? Why'd they make the move like that? How you doing, Lucas? Stop. Fuck you. Nice. I really can't power crush that. Oh, you never could. This is low. Ugh. Stop it. Fuck. That wasn't real. Jin makes me wonder if I'm playing Street Fighter when dealing with her. Yeah, she's a nightmare.
Fight.
Dang. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yo, down 1+2 into down 1+2. It's an ultimate combo. Good job labbing Law as a secondary character. Oh shit.
Round one.
You think Blackheart mains her for no reason? Yeah, sure. Down 1+2 twice is the go? Whoa.
Fight.
I did that. I hop kicked. But yours is 14 frame and mine is 15. I did it this time though. Oh, I held down back. I held down back again. No one's gonna believe me.
Round
No
three.
one's gonna believe me.
Fight.
Is that that? Oh, the prediction! He knew! He knew! I gotta start doing that. Especially at this range. I'm down 2 just as good. Well, not just as good. Oh, the conversion! Oh no.
Round four. Fight.
Interesting. Oh, that convert. Ah! Oh Jesus, if I'd lost that round, I'd have killed myself. I'd have committed Mariah Carey on stream. I'd have committed Mariah Carey right here. was meant to be a while standing through it. Why did it not come out? Wait, that doesn't wall splat? Why didn't that wall splat? Why is it guaranteed I-13? Because fuck you, that's why. Because fuck me, that's why. Because fuck all of us, that's why. This game is made by mad people. Bro! What? Or what? Bro! Bro! When's the best time, if there is one, to start learning a secondary character? Whenever you want. Whenever you want. The goal isn't really to get good with one character. Your goal is to get good at Tekken as a whole. So I'm learning all the shit. So if you want to learn a second character, learn a second character, man. You're not gonna win. You're not. Regardless of what you do, you're not winning Evo next week. Regardless of what you do.
Round one.
Oh shit! You want to make me guess? I'll make you guess.
Fight.
You want to make me guess? I'll make you guess, bitch. I'll make you guess first. Oh fuck! 4-4-3. Oh, I stepped like an idiot. Oh, fuck Leo. How dare you?
Round two.
How dare you?
Fight.
Fuck. Fuck you.
Round three. Fight.
Oh, my legs. Ooh, electric. Oh, 4-4-2. They should have never gave this guy the 4-4-2.
Round four. Fight.
Oh, conversion. That was sick. Oh, why'd that hit me? Why'd that hit me? Incorrect. Why'd that hit me?
Final round. Fight.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Guess wrong, bitch. Sorry for guessing wrong. Damn, we both made each other guess constantly, and you just guessed wrong one more time than I did. Sucks to be you, bro. Sucks to be you. Tekken 8. I did like 18 health sweeps. Where's my health at? Gotta hold that.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, what? That was high question. Why'd I get hit? Fuck.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, you suck. Oh! Why the second piston? I was walking the whole time. This game sucks dick. Twin piston tracking has killed me so many times, bro. Yep, fair character. Yep, super fair. Both of us playing no 50-50s here. Just honest nooch. Oh, fuck. Oh, step, accept. How about we give him a heat engaging thing to stop you from stepping? I crouched. I crouched and then didn't commit. Some coward. Oh god. Oh god. Nooch. Neutral.
Round 4. Fight.
Is that that? I crouched. Let's go.
Round 1. Fight.
I held down back. I didn't commit. Oh my god. Fuck. I was walking that time. Oh, I hate this character so much. Oh god. Die, bitch. Fuck you. Oh god, this game is ass. Fuck. Damn, he mashed. I stepped. I stepped. I stepped. I stepped. Oh god damn it.
Fight.
Fuck, yours is better. I crouched. I hate this game. This game fucking sucks dick. Miles, good dog. Die. Woo! He's learning hitbox. Good for him. You should learn hitbox. He's gonna be even more dangerous than most people. Execution was always holding him back. Especially as his hands start to get fucked up. Good to see him back on Tekken. Although he was happy when he stopped playing Tekken, so obviously I hope he stays happy. Oh! Bro. I did crouch. Okay, I'm not gonna crouch this time. I should have crouched that time. Okay, I'm gonna crouch this time. Shouldn't crouch this. See what I'm saying? Fuck my life.
Fight.
Oh! Sorry, I didn't guess right. I finally figured out that Alyssa can, in fact, beat Kunimitsu at a supreme level. I mean, any character can beat. Just too risky, bro. Shake my head. Listen. Listen. Fuck this game. Fuck this character. Fuck this match. Like, okay, let's be honest. What happened? What happened there? We made each other guess. Let's be real. Yes, there's some Tekken, you're whiff punishing, but let's be real. We both just made each other guess the whole time. Let's be real. This is what I'm trying to tell people. Like, why is it that us Leo players, we can admit I just made you guess the whole time because you understand I was doing size of that. Bitch! Why don't we just made each other guess the whole time, bro? The whole time. Stick feels easier. Maybe side agnostic, and maybe. I remember when this fine gentleman was respectable virtual fighter streamer. Yeah, I need to get back to that shit. That's peak Tekken. It's fuck Tekken, bro. Fuck this shit, bro. It's actually whack. It's actually super whack. Now he's taking Kazuya. I'm not even taking Kazuya players launch money. We're taking each other's Kazuya. Because even when I win, I'm like, oof. I guess right more times than he did. Oof. Bad luck. Nope, Soprano. Mishima on pad seems fucking dumb. I would not play Mishima on pad. Mishima clearly wasn't designed for pad. Yes, you can do it, but why?
Get ready for the next battle.
Heihachi, this is actually a really bad matchup for me. I actually need to learn this matchup. I'm clueless here.
Round one. Fight.
Power that. Oh. Oh! That went under my jab. I crouched. That's so fucking whack. Alright, fine.
Round three.
Elder Scrolls, Sunken Popular. I've not played that game. Oh, why'd you hit me? I will send it. I will send it. You know this about me. I will send it. I don't know what to do in someone's back. Oh, my controller. Fuck! That was not correct. Should've just shouldered. Damn. Fake shoulder into real shoulder? Heihachi's broken? Heihachi seems better to me than a lot of other characters. He is tough though. Bro, Feng looks like he's like not that much younger than Heihachi. What you mean he's 25? What you mean 25? What you mean? What you mean 25? What you mean he's 25? I'm terrible at all. I'm terrible at all FPSs. This is Tekken 8 Mishima ain't tough. Damn. StarCraft, I loved. What other games are I playing? Pad kinda hard. Yeah, Pad's kinda super hard. Oh, well, I play RPGs, single player RPGs, but there hasn't been a good one in a long time. There are some still I need to play though. I still need to play, what's it called? Obscura. So? You might be thinking, there's no way he's snake edged, but I knew it would work. Trust the process. Trust the process, bro. I knew it would work. Trust the process.
Fight.
Low powering. Oh, I saw that low coming, you whore. Oh, my chest. Oh yeah, I played Cyberpunk. I played Metaphor. I played Cyberpunk. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it! No! Yes. I love Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's fun. I don't even use mods. My legs. That was so much damage. Where's the fucking... Where's the God mode? I did crouch. Maybe I retain value to me personally, but everyone else abandoned the game years ago. I don't know what a vanilled is. Never heard of that.
Fight.
Woo! Woo! These snake catches. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with him. Woo! The whistle, the whoo! Yes. The mid. Down 2 enjoyer, I see.
Fight.
Oh! Why'd it go to that side? You fucking filthy Mishimas. How do you grab that? I'm hop kicking! Whee! The mid.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, got him. Yes. That's not punishable. Why'd I get hit? Oh, I walked. But you know what? That move's allowed to have a fucking fat hurt box. I'm hop kicking. Oh no! That move is so sick looking. Yes! Hold up. Chad, I think even though it's Dragon Quest like game. Oh, interesting. Alright, I'm taking a break. Fuck Tekken. I'm taking a break. Fuck Tekken. Tekken's whack. I'm taking a break. You guys play. I'm gonna find something fun on YouTube to put on. Fuck Tekken. Movie time? I don't know about movie time because I'm on YouTube. I don't want to get copyright struck, but we might watch trailers and shit. We'll see what I can get away with. We've watched this scene before, but I want to watch it again. And if I get copyright struck, you know what happened. If I suddenly go off on YouTube, you know what the fuck happened, chat. You know what the fuck happened.
Get ready for the next battle.
Let's turn off the music on Twitch.
Round 1. Fight.
Chad, I'm a dip. Henry got me hungry. Henry got me hungry. Lol. Go do it. Relax. It's been a pleasure. Angela Mao. Oh, God, she's so beautiful.
Father? Father? Father, look! Father! Father!
Tekken 8 is a nice party couch game. Lol, like Mario Kart. I hear it.
Father! Father, look!
Oh shit. YouTube is like, yo, you're about to get copyright struck. I can't watch it. Sorry. That's why you gotta follow me on Twitch. We can have parties. I just said, warning, heads up. You think the thing you're watching don't belong to you. I'm like, bro, how did you know? I mean, you're right, but how did you know? How did you know? I'm here, Ling in the background. Yeah, it's who are you hearing in the background? You're hearing Ling versus Kuni, right? Yeah. Let's go. Oh, that movie's so done. At least they let me. No, 100%. They used to not let you know. You just randomly get. You used to randomly just get cut out. And it's like, oh shit. Now it's like, listen, yellow card, bro. Bye. You got me. You got me. You got me. You right. You right, YouTube. You right, Google. You right.
Fight.
Hello, the mid. You gotta stop that. I say that as if I'm not still allowed to do that myself. Oh, down forward two. That shit's racist. Got him. Oh, nice combo, asshole. I'm good at Mario Kart Wii though. One of the better games. I used to love Mario Kart back in the day. Let's fucking go. Forza 6 was like fun. I might get Forza 6. I don't get I have not bought a racing game in like over 10 years, but actually game inside. Oh, look at these gimmicks. Back one. Stop that shit. What you mean down 4-2 is racist? Down 4-2 is racist, bro. Racist, not these racially motivated down 4-2s, bro. There's no need for that. Can't wait to see Kuni not nerf for 3 weeks and for her to ruin Evo. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Will she ruin Eva? Is her mix good gen? It might be. She might. I think we might actually see a couple of Kunis in top 8 actually. But she is S tier. But is she easy enough that people will main her and then play her to the highest level? I think they might. You know. I think CBM's definitely gonna jump shit. And Arslan's definitely gonna have her in her arsenal because Miarizo got nerfed and the Miarizo player unhappy. Oh, he got punished. That's down forward 1 something. Yeah, you got step there. I was up last night like practicing that. I'll show you my drill that I'm practicing against Kunimitsu, and then maybe it can help you. Arslan probably concocting his downplay schemes. Bro. It's gonna be messy, bro. It's gonna be messy. But this character has all the tools you want in a good Tekken character. I think Rangchu, Ulsan, Atif, Arslan, Ash, and Chikaran will use her. I can see it. Rangchu definitely. Rangchu's already got a pocket character in Fakaram. I don't think he'll switch. I don't think Rangchu will jump on. Ulsan is having a character crisis, so he might jump on. Atif will play anyone who's top tier. Arslan definitely will consider it. I want Chikaran a good shout. I don't think Rangchu will jump though. But he might. Lotus Cannon. It shouldn't, but it does. Bro, that Yoshi low spin kick has me aggravated so much. No, it's annoying. It is annoying. It's a really gimmicky low. Also, I already tried downplaying her. I came with the T7 receipts on him, putting Kuni low tier when she was released. Nah, 100%. Nah, that move is annoying as fuck. And having more characters have it is annoying. Oh. Oh. I think I get whiff punished. That move is so... Yeah, she had these moves. That's just like, why? Why have these 3 options? Oh! No punish. Nice. Ugh, Shayu's attack pans are so trash. Her down 2. Her back 2. Gotta be made punishable. It's a better version of last. Bro, there's so many moves that you're like, why is this? For me, it's the back turn 1+2 is like, it's a war crime move. That move's illegal. That move's actually disgusting.
Round 4.
That move's actually disgusting.
Fight.
Oh, round style hop kick, why not? Ugh. I actually believe in the conspiracy theory that like they actually know there's a version of Kunimitsu that isn't out yet. They already know all the bound changes that she needs, but they're gonna let her be broken for a bit, and then they're gonna go check this out. Release the patch, and it's gonna be everything you need. Because the thing is, this character is actually not that far from bound. It's literally just a couple of numbers. Some things that are safe that should be slightly punishable. Like it's actually not that crazy. I don't even necessarily need like hitbox changes. It's just no. It's literally just numbers.
You win.
A full crouch 1+2 low. Single best low in the... Oh, you mean down back 1+2? Yeah, it's obnoxious. The one that leaves a back turn? Yeah, it's actually gross. And it's only minus 14 on block. Like, what are we doing? Liking the theory that on the already... I honestly believe there's an already finished Kuni. Like, that's a conspiracy theory, but I buy it. That's what Frameworks used to say. And at the time, I was like, you're being overly cynical. But now I'm like, nah, I believe it. Patch is gonna come out, it's gonna be everything they need. It's like, nah, first few weeks though. Busted. Busted version. Because I really do think it's just numbers. It's literally just numbers. Kuni's down 1 is a war crime. There's so many moves. Nimpo. Let's go. Got a lot of counter hits launches. Yeah, she got 10. And a bunch of just like safe moves that if I hit you, you take a ton of damage, and if not, I'm safe on block, and I just backdash away again. Oh yeah, and that sidestep. That sidestep was it? Sidestep 3+4? She didn't need, I know she had that in T7, but he didn't take me that bad. That's so toxic. For a character who you're already gonna like be hesitant to press a button against. Both are outrageous overtune. I'm leaning towards Kuni though. Lydia, I'm not sure she's better than Lydia, but she's at least up 2. Yeah, I don't think she's better than Lydia, but she's up there. What is that on block, bro? What is that low on block?
Round 3.
Unfortunately, my actual Kunimitsu is practically non-functional. That's annoying. I gotta learn the matchup for sure. But yeah, Kunimitsu so bad it made me go, fuck it, maybe Leo's not that bad. That's how you know this character's fucked. I was like, maybe I should work on my Leo. Because if I'm playing a bullshit character, I feel a lot less bad when I lose to a bullshit character. I'm like, well, you hit me. I did my bullshit, you did your bullshit, and you came out on top. GG. Oh. Oh, she can go in, I don't know if she can go into stance. You know what I love most about Virtua Fighter? Strings are weak in that game. Strings are weak in that game by design. They're weak. And this game is just so much like, hey, here's some more string homework for you to do. It's like, oh god, this is a nightmare. Top kick. Why not? You play DOA, you realize just like, man, I hate strings. You play Tekken, you realize I hate strings. Oh, wall splat. Strings serve a far different purpose in that game. Strings are delayable. Yeah, exactly. The mix-up is, will I do it, will I not? And most don't go longer than three hits. And what I love the most about them is that if there's enough gap in a string for you to stop blocking and get hit, there's usually enough space in the gap, enough gap in the string for you to auto step it. Or if you have a punch parry the last hit, or kick parry the like strings. In this move, strings actually have a lot of privilege that you don't realize until you play Virtua Fighter. It's like, no. Like, if you're doing a string and it's a punch, and I have a punch parry, guess what? I'm a punch parry the second or third hit. Straight. None of this like, oh, he's not fast enough. What do you mean not fast enough? Fuck you. On DOA, whole system helps so much. No, but even DOA's whole system's annoying because you still have to know the strings, right? There's a lot of homework. Once you know it, yes, then you get even more juice. So DOA rewards you more for the string knowledge than Tekken does, that's for sure. But both games make you have to develop the string knowledge. Is this 2-2? You would rather face Kunimitsu than Xiaoyu? I mean, that's embarrassing.
Fight.
I think anyone who understands both characters would rather face Kuni. I mean, would rather face Xiaoyu. Man, even if I don't know, I can try and do something. Every time I see someone drop a combo by using hey 842 all days, flash before my eyes, lol. On Tekken, I just gotta hold it and try and duck, yeah. Below. Yeah, I'm gonna try fighting. I'll use Xiaoyu next, but I think Xiaoyu's so bad. You got it right the first time, Chad. I don't know what that means. To be fair, I'm pretty low level on DOA. No, I'm a scrub at DOA. It's fun though. But I reached that point where it's like, alright, if you want to get good, you need to be able to like start labbing all these strings so that you can like fucking high hold, low hold, mid hold. And I'm like, nah, I ain't got that kind of energy, bro. DOA is super interesting once you actually understand the mechanics. Connection online, yeah, 100%. But it asks a lot of you, like Tekken. It asks a lot of you, and it's like it's not really worth it with that netcode. Kuni is awesome, but they're too small. It's too small. It's a lot to ask. Damn, man. Soul Calibur 6, I think, is different. Soul Calibur 6, I don't think it asks as much as you. It's actually really easy to learn that game. Not that I ever became a pro or anything. But that game is so readable. Why is that safe? Oh god.
Round 4. Fight.
Hit confirmable, wall splats, high, mid. By the way, what a game. Should be at least even as well. It should be. And it comes out of a fucking advancing stance. I'm already stuck with Tekken 8 mostly. That's what I mean. It's hard to learn a new game and you're already stuck with one already. They're already asking so much for you to learn. I am ready to leave the ecosystem though. The moment Virtua Fighter comes out, I'm just jumping. I don't care if that game's successful or not. I'm playing it. Life's too short. You think you'll get a release date at Summer Games Fest? No.
You win.
What up, Zodo? Gotta go pick up my in a bit, Lucas. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought we were done.
Fight.
Aren't you guys in the lobby? They are in the lobby. Why is down forward 111 confirmable? Like these down. Oh man, I again, modern Tekken character design is so trash. Between this, fuck around. Like down forward 1 extensions, like 13 frame mid extension is just like so degenerate. It's actually so degenerate. Down forward 1 is -2. It's so gross. It's actually so gross. So I'm saying the character's mathematically ugly. Yeah, hit confirmable. Like why? Ugh. Like between this and like fuck around's 13 frame like three string. Like why are we doing this? This is so ugly. Fuck is not a great character, man. Fuck sucks for the same reason. 13 frame mid into shit? Like, ugh. Just came back from my mom's 50th birthday? Oh shit, congrats. Congrats to your mom. Much better design than Xiaoyu? Are you... Respectfully, what's your rank? Are you good at this game or are you just talking shit? Are you good? But you know what? I'll take it back. Let me know. Let me look up your waifu wank. What's your Steam name? What's your Steam name, JJ? You talk like you know shit. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let me look it up. I can put it up on stream for the stream to watch. Let's see. Let's see the credentials. Cause you're talking like a squirrel, I ain't gonna lie. For Street Fighter, it's Ryu, Mai, and Terry. I really like Dinosaur, Mai, and Luong. You know what I mean? Oh, I hear it.
Round 4. Fight.
I heard some opinions that Xiaoyu is top 1. Yeah. I discussed this with him, with thingy. Xiaoyu's top 1 character. I'm like, yeah, sure, top 1 character. Okay, you're being trolled. Of course I'm being trolled. But that's why you gotta call them out. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's hear it out. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Show me the credentials. If you ain't gonna show me the credentials, then you're a bot. Punish. Nice. Nice. Ugh. Yes. Fucking Shai just have to poke. So what, Ryan, you're allowed to have an opinion? No, you're allowed to have opinion. No, you're allowed to have opinions. I just want to know how good you are at Tekken. I'm not even gonna look at wank. I'm gonna look at fucking I'm gonna look at waifu wank just to see the caliber of, just to see a number. That's all. That's all. You can have opinions. You can be fucking Genpo and have opinions. Oh, this character. Alright.
You win.
So he's a big ace up his sleeve. Forget all the evos he's lost. Xiaoyu's a big ace up his sleeve, lol. To be honest, this character, so anti-Tekken, is insane. Bro, it's crazy. Oh, Basics Enjoyer. Let's go. Basics Enjoyer wants it. Wi-Fi, let's go. I'm not gonna watch another set. Let's go. Come get it. Let's get the mirror. Let's get the mirror. Let's get the mirror. Let's go. Let's see. Playing the typical lab character. Going what on you? What? Do you have Tekken God Supreme on Kunimitsu? Oh wait, sure. I said I was gonna play the mirror and I went to Fang. My bad. I'm a scrub. I'll quit out after this one. After I body you, and then I'll switch. I'll switch to Joan. Did you see that? I missed it. Okay, a friend request from who? What did it say? What was the name? Don't whiff anything. Don't whiff anything. Unlucky. Say I'm going null on you? Damn. You. Alright, I was a little bit too cocky. Stop it. How often do you stream? Whenever I feel like it. I'm trying to stream more. Next month I want to stream every day before I go to Taiwan because there's probably going to be a long period I won't be able to stream. Because I won't have my PC. I'll have my laptop but not my gaming PC. I should probably set up some sort of like GoFundMe campaign because I'm going to need to buy a second laptop when I'm out there if I want to stream when I'm out there. And it's going to take a while. Be hot picking though. Oh no! I can't believe I fell for that. Down in the back. Got him.
Round 4. Fight.
Unfortunate big jab. How long are you going to Taiwan? For good. For life. For life. And in terms of game design or balance, rank has very little to do with it. No, I'm just talking about like, yeah, we're talking about like balance, right? We're talking about linear and power. You're talking about power, right? Strength, power. The character's pretty weak in terms of it. Sorry, I said I was going to leave. Okay, after this one, I'll leave. We need the mirror. We need the mirror. Was it monsoon rain that hooked you? I mean, it was just the fact that the country was like beautiful, and you can like earn really good money just by teaching. And like when I say good money, I mean good enough money to like get a house one day and like be really cool. And culturally, the country just seems there. It just seems better. When I fast forward my life 5 years from now living in the UK, and I fast forward my life 5 years living in Taiwan, I'm like, it seems better there. Obviously, speculative, right? You don't know the future. But I was really happy when I was out there, and I keep being like, why did I ever come back? Why am I being so passive? I'm being so passive against Ishaya.
Round 3. Fight.
No more holding back. Okay. Okay. Oh! I wasn't paying attention. Alright. Well, now we have to finish the set. Europe is currently undergoing a massive revitalization effort. It'll be interesting to see what happens. It's not gonna work, bitch. It's not gonna work. KSRD, it's not gonna work. I promise it's not gonna work. Europe's kinda done. Europe's kinda done.
Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Oh, correct. Probably a better combo, but I don't know what it is. I'm too proud of my move, even situation is that my favorite lieutenant, my opponent. Oh, I hear it. I hear it and respect it. I hear it and respect it. For me, I was brought up with certain cultural values that the country doesn't really imbibe anymore. That's really, COVID really made me turn against my own country in a way that I didn't really like. Obviously, there's a lot I love about my country, and I always will, but there's a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, this is who we are. But you find out who you are in a crisis, right? It's like, oh, this is who we are. This sucks.
Round 1. Fight.
I know the answer to that. UK is just not worth it for young people. That's the thing. It's really fucking you over. And if you're not careful, you will spend your whole life here and then try to draw your pension only to find out it's not. There's no money for it. It's, yeah, we're run by idiots. I have been for the longest time. And I have little faith that it's gonna work out. I might return in the future, but I gotta do what's right for me, you know what I'm saying? Shaggy's really good. Again, don't know the combo. Oh, actually, we'll avoid it. Poland. Oh, Poland is awesome. Poland, you absolutely should defend Poland. Poland's a gorgeous country. Are you kidding me? Poland is gorgeous. Physically gorgeous. The men are strong. The women are beautiful. Yeah, it's a good country. Poland's great. I got a lot of time for the Polish as a people. Super hard workers, true. Yeah, no, culturally, the Polish are really good too. I got time for the Polish.
Round 4. Fight.
As a Polish man, I can confirm. Lol. Been a while since I last caught you live. Thanks for kicking my ass the other night in a random quick match session. Made me realize I was like a fighting thing. No worries, player. It's always a pleasure. Quick match is fun. You can have a long set and then learn some shit. Be sure to add me. We can play again in the future. I have multiple characters, so if there's other characters you want to lab up. What character were you playing again? What character were you playing? In the UK, you would go out on a Friday night and see fights because people got too drunk. Yeah, but this is the thing, it's culturally the country's cooked. But the thing is, let me take that back. The thing about British culture is that there's different cultures. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you have a multicultural society, right? There are different cultures. I actually think upper class British culture is like gorgeous and it's really amazing. And it kind of was the dominant culture, but we've kind of given it up. Miari's though, oh, I remember. Yes, the mirror match. Yes, we played it for a long time. Yes, you actually the first like really like high level Miari I think I played. That was a lot of fun. Your defense is godlike. I try my best, still learning. Just hit GOD today. Nice Sue. Nah, your rank is not accurate. Like, I don't really judge people by rank, especially in this game. Like, your defense is so solid, I'm like, you're gonna be much higher than, I think you're gonna be GOD 2 in no time. Depending on matchup knowledge, of course. If you have a bunch of characters you don't know the matchup for, you're gonna get fucked up. That's Tekken, but... Track out. Yeah, we'll talk about cultural differences in a bit. We'll have that conversation in a bit. I got to stop playing because if you really want me to go into the cultural differences, we'll go there. And I'll tell you the real reason why I'm going to Taiwan. Because I can actually pinpoint it to a very specific moment in my life. I'll tell you in a second. Give me a sec. Oh, I'm dead. Shut the AOP under. No, I'll tell you in a second. It's a very specific moment. I didn't know you were from Poland, KSRD. We've spoken so many times, but that tracks. I'll tell you. Because it's not... what I'm about to say, the rant I'm about to go on is actually pretty massive. And it won't go on YouTube. I'll have to delete the VOD. But basically, because it's about culture and like the interplay of like race, culture, politics, like where it gets into it, we'll talk in a bit. I have a lot of thoughts. Oh, God. Let's go. But give me a second. I'm from Greece, but I holidayed in Poland for a month. Oh, interesting. Oh, you're from Greece? Okay, interesting. I live in the UK? Aha, you live here. Then you know what's up with the UK. We'll talk in a bit. Then you know what's up. Anyway, I'll talk about culture in a second, at least until I finish uni. Cool. We got chat. Where are you in uni? If you don't mind me saying, are you near London? If so, we gotta have a coffee at some point. We gotta have a coffee. Shoot the shit before I leave Europe. I'm not down southwest. Oh, near like Bath, Cardiff. No, Cardiff's in Wales, but like where? Like yeah, you're not in southeast basically. Fair enough. I used to live in Bath. I missed Bath. Cornwall looks nice. It is. Oh, Bath. All right, cool. Yeah, I used to live in Bath. Bath is gorgeous. Bath is gorgeous. Bath is fucking gorgeous. Oh shit, you're skipping the view? Yeah, I'm escaping. I'm escaping at the end of next month. 3rd of July. My plane is the 3rd of July and I will never come back. God willing. God willing. But yeah, I'll talk in a bit. How many more games is that? That 2? Okay, 1 more. Speak their own. Yeah, they speak Cornish. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. We have a lot of like legit, like, not just dialects, but languages. Cornish, the Welsh. Gaelic if you're nasty. Ling matches take so long? Yeah, sure. Because she's just poke. Sorry, this is what real Tekken used to look like. I'm sorry. Can't just make each other explode with electrics all day, alright? I'll try and speed up. That's cool. 1000 TTRPG campaign, Gaelic. Oh, Gaelic is good for fancy names. Stop hitting me. Oh, Oh, the audacity to mash Magic 4.
Fight.
I'm mashing. Fuck you. Alright. I see your audacity. And I match it with my own audacity. Da-da. Okay. GG. Let's go. Perp matches are the best. I mean, that's what I prefer, but motherfuckers out here doing nuclear bombs. All right. Time to rant. All right, cool. So why am I going to Taiwan? I'll tell you specifically, there was a moment, right? So there's numerous things. So one, I was in a really like bad place in my life. I was like, I had lost my job in my TV job that I spent 80 trying to get to ages ago. I lost it. I had to move back in with my parents for a bit. There was a girl I was dating who I was like, this is the one, we're gonna get married, and lo and behold, it did not happen. That's a separate story. So I was like at a really low point, and I was like, so I ended up I needed to get a job, so I ended up working in this hotel, and I didn't really know what I was gonna do with my life, but I just need to make some money. So I'm just making some money, and I'm trying to think about, okay, what happens in the future? What do I do going forward? And like I've said multiple times, young men, if you're listening, there are going to be times where your life is up, life is down. Before this, my life was up, and then this was a life is down period. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had this idea about teaching English because I liked teaching. Writing, I wrote for children's television. I still do, and teaching people is like the thing I enjoy doing the most. So I was like, maybe I should try teaching English. So for the next, I saved up money for a couple of years, and I also started studying Chinese on my own, just really diligently. I'm going to reinvent myself in Taiwan. Then COVID happened around 2020. And my parents were like, and this is very, very early. There was a period where there were more cases of COVID in Taiwan than in the UK. And I remember thinking like, my mom was like, don't go. Like, we don't know what this COVID is. We don't know how bad it is. We don't know how scary it is. And I was like, Mom, you don't understand. I've been in this really depressive spot, and I've been planning for the past 1.5 years to go to Taiwan. You're worried that if I go, I will die. Mom, listen to me. I'm not trying to be melodramatic. If I don't go, I will die. Like, I just can't be doing this. I have to go. I went to Taiwan, and I just had this feeling that our government is shit. So I was like, even though there are more cases in Taiwan, I'm fairly confident they're going to handle it better than we do. So I went there, and I went in just before they closed the door. So I got in, and then now there's no one allowed in, and there's no one allowed out. So even though I was only going to be there for 3 weeks, I ended up being there for like 2.5 months, right? Because I couldn't leave, right? And then luckily I'd saved enough money that I could make this work. So I'm in Taiwan, and they don't go on lockdown because they had locked down so early. Even though China was telling the world, oh, everything's fine, Taiwan doesn't trust China, obviously. So they locked down super early. So like you have to do regular tests and stuff. But I was going while all my friends in the UK were locked in their rooms, they couldn't leave the house. I'm going to the beach. I'm going around. I'm meeting people. I'm going to classes. Like I'm having this great time in this foreign country. And I'm like, wow, this feels great. And I was very depressed before this, and like it was like seeing color again for the first time. I was like, man, I'm really loving Taiwan. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, Matt, that just might be the holiday thing, right? The holiday always looks really fun, even though it's more than a holiday. So I'm studying the language. I ended up dating someone while I was out there. She was a fellow foreigner. It was gorgeous. I loved it. I went to the mountains. I'm not really a nature person. People have tried to get me into nature, and I find nature kind of dull. But going out to the mountains, I was like, oh fuck! Like I was kind of hit by the majesty. Like I fell in love with Taiwan. I fell in love. And so after about, when this happens, I'm like, this is an amazing place. I'm enjoying it so much. And then I'm coming home one day. I'm playing D&D. There's a group. I found a bunch of English speakers D&D players. So I'm playing D&D, and I'm walking back one day, and I see this bookstore, right? I see this bookstore, and I walk in. I walk past it every day, and I walk in, and I'm like, I don't see anyone here. I don't see anyone manning the bookstore. And I look up at the security camera, for a security camera, and there's no security camera. So I'm seeing all these books. I'm like, okay, if I want to buy a book, where do I do it? And I see this little pot that says, like, leave your money here. All the books are labeled. And I'm like, wow, we're in the capital city, right? This is Taipei. And I'm like, this bookstore runs on faith, right? Because there's no one here. There's nothing stopping me from going there and grabbing a book. I could just physically grab a book and leave. And I was like, every week I would go there, and I was like, wow, this bookstore is amazing. Like, and I remember thinking to myself, we couldn't have this bookstore in England. We couldn't have this bookstore in England. We couldn't, because some punk would go in there and steal some shit, or they'd graffiti the walls, or they'd pee on the floor, or like they'd something, right? High trust society, exactly. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And I'm like, and I started thinking to myself, okay, this couldn't happen in England.
Round 2.
But
Fight.
is there something that could make it so that you could have it happen in England? Is there a political party that I could vote for to make it happen? No. Is there like what could you do to make it happen? And I realized there's nothing you can do. And it made me realize the importance of like cultures of a society. And I was like, oh, there probably was a time in Britain's past where you could do this, but that time is long gone. And Taiwan still has that, and it's really powerful. I didn't know it because I'd never experienced it before. It's really amazing. And living in a high trust society really opened my eyes to the beauty of it. Like, wow, that's really cool. And so this was a really eye-opening moment. And I think, I'll be honest with you, I think I became a lot more conservative in that moment. Like I became a lot more culturally conservative because they could understand why the cultural conservatives, what they're trying to preserve. Because they're trying to preserve this, right? Because part of the reason why they are like this is because they have stringent rules on what you can and can't do. There's a lot of pressure on people to behave correctly, which we've kind of rejected in the name of sort of like freedom, right? And I understand where that comes from, but it's also also one of the consequences is like we don't trust each other. Everyone's living by their own code of conduct, so we don't share a thing. And again, I'm not going to get into that, but my point is, it made me realize like, wow, that was actually a really beautiful thing. So I realized I love Taiwan for multiple reasons. I come back to the UK and I'm like, man, why am I back in the UK? This fucking sucks. I need to go out there. And so I spend a bit more time learning more Chinese, and I applied for a job basically because I was there on a short visa that was extended because of COVID. So I go and I start teaching English, and I fucking love it. I'm teaching kids like kindergarten kids and like all the way up to like pre-university students, and I'm like, I love it, and they love me. Like, Chad, you're a fun teacher, and I'm like, you guys are awesome, and I'm having great fun conversations, and I'm also teaching them because I can, unlike a lot of English teachers out there, I can speak some Chinese. I'm not fluent, but I can speak some Chinese, so I can relate to the frustrations of trying to learn the language, but I can really help them understand it, right? And sometimes I actually know the perfect Chinese word. So instead of spending ages trying to explain a word to them, I could be like, this is the English word for this, and I go, oh, got it, right? So I was doing really well as a teacher, but I was only there for a year, and I'm really enjoying it. But the company I worked for was not the best, but it was like my first go-to company. And at the end of my contract, like, do you want to stay or do you want to go? And I wasn't sure if I should stay or if I should go. I was torn between the two. And I kind of had this conversation with my family. We have family members getting older and stuff like that. And I was gonna say I let them talk me into it, but I got to be a man. I made the decision. I made the decision to come back. And I've regretted that decision ever since. Because I also applied for a job here in the UK, or I got offered a job here in the UK, and it seemed like a really good job. So I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there are opportunities for me in the UK. I came back and I had this opportunity, and it fucking sucked. It ended up only being for like 6 months, and I ended up leaving. So I'm like, fuck, I need to go back to Taiwan. So ever since I've been back in the UK, I've been like, I need to go back to Taiwan with some sort of plan, right? I need to go back to Taiwan. So I've always just been like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But also open to the idea that maybe an opportunity will open up here in the UK that'll make me stay. Lo and behold, it hasn't happened. Restore seemed to be, but Restore's not the idea either, because Restore Britain are ethno-nationalists, right? And it's really difficult for me because I understand where they're coming from, but my view is it's not the ethnicity, it's cultural. It's about cultural conservatism. Because Restore Britain will see someone like me and like, Chad, you're black, you have no reason, you shouldn't be able to vote because you're not really one of us. I'm like, hang on, what do you mean? I've been here my whole life. This is my country, right? Like, what do you mean? Like, if we're going to restore it, then I'm here for it. But if restoring it means kicking me out, then I'm like, well, we can't have that? Have they said that? Yeah, they are ethno-nationalists. They have. And it's like, let me be more accurate. Have they said it publicly? No. Have they said it in their thinking behind the scenes? Yes. They haven't front load said it. And the thing that I find really, but again, even that, even the ethno-nationalist position, I understand it. Like, I'm not. A lot of people are like, oh, it's evil. I get. There are many countries in the world that are like, no, this is a country for our race of people. There's plenty of countries like that. UK is not one of them. I don't want it to be like that. But again, if the majority want it to be like that, then they can make that call, right? But anyway, that's not I'm neither here nor there. There's nothing different from Reform and UKIP before them they're aiming for. No, Reform and Restore Britain are meaningfully different. We can get into that, but this isn't about that. This is about Taiwan. Point is, I'm eager to go back to Taiwan, and there are just so many things culturally about Taiwan that I really appreciate. Yeah, they're very different. There are many things about Taiwan that I really appreciate on a cultural level. And the way they handled themselves during COVID, I thought was amazing. Like the way they conducted themselves through COVID was incredible. Their attitude to education is incredible. The way they behave on all levels is just so much better than the way we behave a lot of the time. And what I was saying about earlier is Britain's a multicultural society, right? And what I find really frustrating is that upper class British culture is my culture. Even though I was born working class, like I was born with certain upper British class ethos. It's very Victorian, right? That's very much my ethics. But that is now that is a subcultural position. That's a minority position here in the UK, right? And so ironically, there are places in the world now where I actually feel more at home. Like when I go to Taiwan, they place a high value on taking care of your family, a high value on responsibility, and a high value on fucking politeness. Even though I just swore to break that. They place a huge value on politeness. And I'm like, we used to do that. Like, we used to do that. And it's really funny, right? Because it's like when I went to Taiwan, a lot of people would be like, oh, if you go there, you're black, maybe they won't like you. And I'm like, bro, the second I go there and they see me speaking Chinese, I'm being super respectful, then, oh, you're one of us. Like, you're honest and welcome. You're honest and welcome. Because again, it's culture. It's about cultural value. And I'm like, I feel that I am more culturally compatible with Taiwan than I do here in the UK. And again, I'm sure there's plenty of countries in the world that's like that. But when you've been lucky enough to meet people from all over the world, you've worked in numerous places, you realize that, certain places just have superior cultures to others. Like I know there's some views that look, all nations have equal value culture. No. You were taught to speak in a proper way, to have manners, spoken like someone who grew up in the 90s. Well, yeah, I guess so, but there's a lot of people who grew up in the 90s that kind of gave up with that, right? Who aren't a fan of that. And so... Yeah, so I'm going, well, how old was I when I first went to Taiwan? I think probably about 25, 26. When I first went. 25, 26. I think that's a fair assessment. Certain cultures are just completely barbaric. Yeah, exactly. Or at least, let me be fair, they're completely barbaric to me. Let me put it that way. Because I'm sure to them, it's fine. I think every tribe has the right to decide how they conduct themselves. They have the right? And if you go to their country, you better do what they do, right? If you go to Rome, do what the Romans do, right? If you go to France, do what the French do. That's fine. But like the thing is, I was raised with very Victorian values. Very Victorian values, right? Propriety is very important. Education is very important. Discipline is very important. Duty is very important. But these are words that like really matter to me and are increasingly old-fashioned. And I'm often seen as very old-fashioned here in the UK. Because in Taiwan, it was like, no, this is great. We like this. Like child fracture rights is something I can't get behind, of course. The British had the same and tried to get rid of it in India. Tried to rid India of it. No, but this is the thing, though. Like, again, different peoples may do what they wish. I'm not here to tell other people how to live their life. But I have cultural values. And the irony is my cultural values are actually British import. So my family come from a country called Sierra Leone, specifically from a place called Freetown, which was a colony set up by the British once they ended slavery. And it was like, okay, here's a place for all slaves from America, from the West Indies that are freed. You can go here and have your own country. And so many of the slaves in Freetown had this like Victorian English mindset. Like, so for example, like, obviously I won't tell you my mother's name, but there are people in my family with names like, Agnes, their real name is like Agnes, Rebecca, Doris, like old English names. Old English names, right? And so this is the irony, right? But yeah, I'm yapping now. The point is, culturally, there are things about Britain that just, but even China, right? Mainland China has cultural values. I'm like, this makes sense. This totally makes sense. I'm like, these values are like my values. These are the correct values. And I look at a lot of the values we have here in both the UK and I guess in America, and I go, these are gonna get us killed. These are really poor values. And I, as one man, can't tell everyone else how to live their life, right? It's not my place. And this was the thing about COVID, right? COVID really made me realize that, like, I was often talking to a brick wall. And I was like, I can't change the country. I just have to leave. I just have to leave. Yeah, I just have to leave. Which is heartbreaking. And maybe I would stay and try and fix it from the inside if I could live my own life. If I could at least, okay, get a job, get a house, and secure the basics. But even securing the basics of life is getting incredibly difficult. Like, I've had really well-paying jobs and struggled and struggled despite the money coming in. Meanwhile, when I was in Taiwan, I was earning less in terms of international money because obviously the currency is way weaker. But I'm spending a far smaller fraction of my rent on wage. I'm able to save money at the end of every month. I'm able to go out. If I meet a nice lady, I can take her to a really nice restaurant. I can afford to do that. It's not like hurting the wallet. I can just do this. I can just eat out every other night because I can't afford to cook. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can live like this really high standard of living out there in Taiwan. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, and I came back to the UK. I'm like, just struggling just to break even. Like, this is cooked, man. This is super cooked. So economically, culturally, politically, I'm like, we're so cooked. And if at least one of those things, I can't stand America right now. I hear it. Yeah, I hear a lot of these things about America. And if at least one of these things was solid, like let's say economically we were fucked, politically we were fucked, but culturally we were solid, that's fine. If you have a strong culture, you can survive anything. Look at Britain during the Blitz. We're literally getting bombed. We're literally getting bombed by the enemy, but guess what? Keep calm and carry on, right? British spirit, British culture, taking care of your neighbors, it was enough. With a good culture, you can get past anything, right? But if the culture's broken, you're fucked, right? You're actually just done. That's my assessment. I'm like, yeah, it's a real mess. And I'm working in the education system, and I'm working with these kids, and I'm like, these kids need so much help, and I can't help them. I can't help them because I'm leaving them allowed them. Like, you have these kids who just like these boys, for example, who are ill-disciplined, and I'm like, they need someone to yell at them. Like, they actually need someone. They need like a good old-fashioned Victorian. Like, they need fear of authority, which sounds very draconian, but they need the fear of authority in them. And this isn't coming from I hate you, I want to destroy you. It's like, no, I love you. This is the thing. Young people need this. But in the schools, they'll be like, well, no, you can't raise your voice with this kid. You can't yell at this kid. You can't be stern with this kid. And I was like, what are we doing? I remember there's one kid who he's a young boy, and he starts hitting this girl, right? Me and this girl are playing cards. He comes over, he wants to play cards. I'm like, no, you wait. He hits this girl, and I grab him hard by both arms to stop him from hitting. I know, he hits this girl, and I go, hey, don't hit her. Then he hits me. This is important. So I grab him by both arms, and I pulled him to his side. I restrain him, because he's hitting people. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? I don't hit him or anything like that. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You can't hit people. You want me to hit you? Do you want someone else to hit you? That's not nice. You can't do that. And I tell the teacher, I take him aside, and then afterwards she comes and tells me, she's not telling me off. She's like, hey, I know what you did, but you're not allowed to restrain them like that. And I was like, what? I barely did anything. I feel like I should have been within my right to hit this kid. But I didn't, right? But I was like, oh, you can't do anything. You can't raise your voice. You can't do anything. And we think that we're helping these young people. I'm like, this is why we're cooked right now. So I don't blame the young people. I don't blame the young people for not being able to read or for behaving poorly. It's not them, it's us. We all behave as poorly as the adults allow us to. All of us. But we're constantly refusing to instill the values of discipline and hard work and blah blah. And I know I sound like an old person right now, but I've seen this. And when you go to other countries, you see countries that often have way less money than us, but they understand the importance of not just education of maths, English, and science, but of discipline, of respect, of courtesy, these things. Whereas there's a sense of oh, you can't tell this to children. I'm like, that's so bad. We're getting cooked. We're actually getting cooked. And meanwhile, our enemies and our rivals, they are being taught correctly. So if war comes between China's children and our children are screwed. Our children are absolutely screwed. It's crazy. And I'm like, I, as one man, can see this, but I can't fix this. There's nothing I can do. Even within the schools, the best I can do is try to be, and you know what's really funny? I'm known as the strict guardian. They know this about me. I am the strict guardian. And they, especially boys, love me. This is the thing, because they need that. It's hey, look, I'm here to play games. We're going to play we'll play D&D. We'll have all kinds of fun. But at the same time, I'm absolutely the one who's going to call you out if you're acting poorly. I'm like, this is terrible behavior. What is this? This is pathetic. I'll use a kind of language. I will use shaming language. I mean, this is pathetic. And I'll be like, look at this guy. This guy is behaving exemplary. This is hero behavior. Are you behaving well like this? Do you, I will straight up just psychologically warfare. Hey, do you deserve to play this game? The way you've been acting for the past half hour. No, look at me. Hey, don't look at the floor. Look at me. Look at me. Do you deserve to play this game? Tell the truth. Yes or no? And they'll be like, no. Cool. And again, I'm not hitting these motherfuckers. I'm not doing that. But I am being super stern. in a way that I actually get in trouble for sometimes. I'm like, I don't care. You're gonna have to fire me because someone's gonna. Some of these kids have they have no dads, right? They have no dads. They have no male role models. And if they're not careful, these kids are gonna be doing all kinds of horrible stuff. Like right now, this little infant is hitting me. Before long, he's hitting his wife. You understand? Do you understand? Like it's really important that this be trained out of him. It's really important. But yeah. But again, you go in Taiwan, different energy. Taiwan, they are Victorian. They're like, no. The amount of freedoms you have as a kid in Taiwan are based on your grades. Straight up. You must perform. You aren't free. I provide you with food. I provide you with shelter. You provide me with learning the skills necessary to take care of yourself. Like they have this very old-fashioned, and not just Taiwan, in many countries, it's a very third world thing. Even though many third world countries are very backwards in many cultural values, the one thing they understand is the importance of like, no, children are barbarians that need to be civilized before it's too late. Every generation of children is a generation of barbarians that will destroy your civilization if you don't civilize them. They will destroy your civilization if you don't civilize them. In East Asia, if you bring Shin to your family, it's the Western. It really is. It really is. The idea of valuing family over anything else is incredibly good. It's not just incredibly good, it's correct. It's correct. You have to do this. And this sense of like, you have responsibilities to the people around you. And also this sense of like, if you, how you doing, Mr. Raff? Also this sense of like, if you truly are smart, then you have a responsibility to help those who are less smart than you. If you truly are strong, you have a responsibility to help those less strong than you, right? The purpose of brilliance isn't to flex. The purpose of brilliance is to help those who have less of it than you, right? Yeah, there's just so many cultural values that just get to me. And like, I come back to the UK, I work in the education system, chilling trying to learn Kuni. She's so different than what I'm used to. Yeah, she's a mess. Did you play T7, Mr. Ruff? Because she's very similar to that, but somehow more degenerate. But yeah, so, yeah, like I said, going to Taiwan and also just meeting people from outside of Britain made me realize just how culturally backwards we currently are. And I just don't know how it. This is my first Tekken. All right, here, Mr. Ralph. Yeah, so you didn't experience it. Yeah, she's very different. Then she's very different. She's very, very different and very difficult to deal with. Although you're playing Lily, so you get to move around her better than most other characters, which is good, which is really good. I think a lot of characters who aren't called Lily are gonna struggle really hard. First Tekken Club, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that was a long way of going about it. About post World War II globalist doctrine is primarily to blame for this. 100%. Like we kind of had the sense that we're going to treat every country as a spreadsheet. Like for example, here's like maybe the most controversial thing I'll say on the show, but like it's important to think about, right? I actually think it's weirdly racist to assume that if we import, let's say we import 100,000 people into a country, the country's not relevant, but just like into US, Britain, whatever. I think it's kind of racist to assume that if we import 100,000, let's say, men from Sweden, you get the exact same outcome than if you imported 100,000 women from Sweden. Or like, if you imported 100,000 men from Denmark, you get the exact same result as 100,000 men from Egypt, right? Or 100,000 men from Poland, or 100,000 men, like, places are different, right? Places are different. And I think one of the things that's really frustrating is that for the past 40 years, we've treated every person as like as a identical economic unit. We don't care who you are or where you're from, so long as you fill in the GDP chart. And like that's been the really dangerous idea. This is a dangerous idea. Like different people are different. Why are we importing people? No, we're talking about like a policy of people coming in from all over. We're just talking about like a cultural thing. This is the racist assumption that gets me. I'm like, no, if you imported like 100,000 people from like Sierra Leone, my family's place, you'd be very different from 100,000 people from literally the next country over. We know this, but this assumption is like, well, you're not allowed to acknowledge that, you can't allowed to say that, but people are different. And that's okay. Like, it's really different. But anyway, you asked a question. Let's say hypothetically restore Britain and win the next election. They won't, but let's say they did. They fix the country in 4 years. Would you consider coming back? If they win the country, if they fix the country in 4 years, if they win, they won't fix the country in 4 years. They actually won't. I genuinely don't think they will. I think they won't. They 100% won't. And the reason they won't is because it's similar to what's happening with Trump, right? it doesn't matter if a Democrat wins or a Republican wins. The fact is the country culturally is divided. So no matter who wins, half the country is going to fight against you. This is the thing. Half the country is going to fight against you. So it's a loss. I truly believe politics is downstream of culture. And so because culturally we can agree, yeah, I have no time for Restore Britain, but he's talking about Restore Britain. I'm like, yeah, you're just done. This is the thing. So it's like, even if they come in, like and also I think a lot of the things they try and do would actually be, to me, very would run very un-British, I think. Because again, one of the things I associate with my country is fair play. No, if any country got in and fixed the country in 4 years, then yeah, sure, I'd consider moving back. But they're not going to fix the country in 10 years because it's like the guy who works at the gym often says, if you have to get slim the same way you got fat. People will get fat over the course of like 10 years, and then they think they're going to go to the gym for like 6 months and lose all the weight. No, you got fat over 2 years. You're going to have to get slim over 2 years. And like, okay, the country got fucked over 30 years. You're not fixing it in 4. I'm sorry. You're not fixing it in 4. Too much has happened. We're not fixing it in 4. It's not getting fixed in 4. But yeah, sure, hypothetically, if someone came in, snapped their finger and everything's great, the economics is great, culturally we're back on top, then sure, maybe I'll come back. But the thing is, at that point, if I've started a really good life for myself out there in Taiwan, why would I come back? Why would I come back? You know what I mean? Anyway, how you doing, Bern? It's been a while. Hope you're enjoying fucking dealing with Kuni all day. Oh, this is a horrible matchup. Oh shit! He won too, though. Yeah, it's a mess. I was just telling why I'm about sort of the things I learned when I was in Taiwan and why I'm trying to get back out there. But yeah, Britain, we lost a lot. And even when I read stories about like British culture and like historically, I go, oh yeah, we actually have lost a major step. As someone who doesn't live there, what are some serious issues with the UK besides economically? Well, economics are a large part of it, right? A large part of it is downstream. The UK, near the World War II vets lost. I don't know if the vets lost, but it's the children of that generation that kind of go screwed. I think everything's economics because it's not just money. It's a case of like, okay, what are the things people typically need to secure in order to live a good life, right? You don't need to be rich in this world, but you ideally want to have a house of your own. Even if you don't own it, if you're renting it, you want to have some sort of security, right? And you want to ideally be able to raise kids if you want them. The amount of money you need in order to be able to raise kids with anything approximating comfort, you need to be earning maybe. Your household needs to be earning. This is another thing. Your household probably needs to be earning somewhere about 60k, assuming you're not living in London, right? 60k. But don't forget all the best jobs are in London. So that number goes up significantly if you're in that region. But let's say 60k. For many people, that requires both of you to be working. But if you're both working, you're going to need to pay for child support or childcare, and childcare is super expensive. So family formation in UK economically is a nightmare, right? Just a nightmare. So, and that's a major important part. Then you get like KSRD is saying, is crime, right? Crime is a nightmare, right? People don't really feel secure. People do not feel secure at all. So you don't necessarily feel safe. You don't necessarily feel like you can have a prosperous future going forward, even if you do well. Like you pay your taxes, you go to school, you get a decent job. Like you're not breaking any rules. You're doing the right things. There's no guarantee that doing the right things will secure you a decent living. And then on top of that, there is also, which is happening in a lot of places, a lot of people feel deracinated, meaning that like people don't know their neighbors, right? Because people don't feel that they can trust their neighbors. There isn't a sense of community and esprit de corps. So I'll give you a great example, right? So I remember when I was a kid, I was maybe about 7 years old. I forget what I was doing, but I was doing something bad. And this old black lady I'd never met ran up and slapped my hand. Like, hey, don't do that, right? And I was really upset. And my mum came over, saw me, and this old lady explained to my mum what I did. And then she thanked the old lady for slapping my hand, right? Why does this matter? Because even though this was a stranger, there was a sense of like, no. Every child in this community is my child. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm their auntie, I'm their uncle. That sense of esprit de corps matters. We don't really have that. We don't have that in most places. And the few places that do have that don't have money or jobs. So you can be in London where you can be decimated and you spend 60% of your income on rent, and that's like for a room. Or you can live in places where you have a culture. Man, I lived in Southeast London 10 years ago. That shit was scary. Darrow, it's worse. If you lived there 10 years ago, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. If you lived in Peckham, Hackney, if you knew like where, Newham, Southeast London, it's worse. It's worse. It's actually worse. I would kill to go back to that. That was cute 10 years ago compared to what we have now. It's crazy, right? Yeah, it's deracinated. And like culturally too, politically we're starting to get situations. So for example, we had in various boroughs, electoral boroughs, we had a number of independent candidates who ran on a Gaza platform, right? They were like, what's happening in Gaza is horrific, and it is. So vote for us and we will take care of it. And I'm thinking, hang on. First of all, there's nothing you can do. You're in Britain. Secondly, why are there entire boroughs that the democratically elected person is being elected on the grounds of shit happening on the other side of the planet, right? It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I live in Catford. Every night home was sketchy. Yeah, there's still a place like that. Doesn't come as a surprise that people in high positions have been covering up evil actions. But that's another one. Yeah, obviously, I'm sure you've heard about the rape gang situation that we have here, right? You have these situations where, don't get me wrong, every society has wrong ones. But what's really dark about this story is like, okay, we had these people like mass like trafficking of young white girls because they're white, right? And even though people learned about it, there was a sense of, well, we can't talk about it because it would be racist to talk about it. And then people like, bro, then be racist. Like, it's kind of crazy. So now there's a lot of resentment happening along cultural grounds because this sense of like, we're no longer holding each other to the same standards. It's really messy. And again, trust in society is at an all-time low between us. So we're broke. We don't trust the people next to us. We don't trust the people ruling us. We have no faith that things are going to be better tomorrow than they are today, right? And you go, what is happening? It's a shit show. It's a real shit show. It's a real shit show. Funnily enough, Restore is the one who has brought this thing to the forefront again. Yeah, no, Reform were talking about it, and then Restore Britain, who are like further right of Reform. But the point is, you're right. But then this is the thing. Why are they becoming so popular? It's precisely because they were the only ones who were not even allowed to talk about it. They just talked about it. Because there was a sense of like, if you bring up this topic, it's a racist dog whistle. It's like, how is it a racist dog whistle? This is really messed up. The thing that's crazy about that is that the media and government were perfectly happy to be racist to those groups at other times. 100%, Bernie. This is the tragedy. Bernie, 100%. This is the tragedy, right? This is the tragedy. Like, how do I put this? We don't hold each other to the same standards anymore. We're constantly we have constant different groups always looking out for their own interests. And I just find it fucking tragic. I find it fucking tragic. Here's the plan, Chad. We overthrew the monarchy, we take control of parliament and fix shit. Darrow, we can't fix it. Because we're fucked on a country level. Even, let's say you click me in power and I go, okay, cool. What can I actually do? You can't fix stuff. If people have been trained to think a certain way for 25 years, what can you do? This is what I'm saying. This is why I go back to that story I said about like the bookstore. It's deeper than politics. There's no political party you can elect that's going to fix this. It's cultural. It's in the education. It's in the banking sector. It's in the schools. It's in every sector. So what do you do? What do you do? I don't want to die by the sword of short-term solutions that can be erased after I'm gone. Bro, it's just a mess, man. It's just a mess. And it doesn't have to be like this. Mass deportations would have to happen. Mass deportations probably would have to happen, but then who gets deported, right? Yeah, it's super messy. It's super messy because there's probably some people who could be like, okay, if you're here illegally, you gotta go. Okay, cool. But even that's probably gonna be messy, right? But like, and then you go, okay, well, what about people who are here illegally, but that maybe they've lost their job because it's a bad economy, right? There are people who are here, they work, they pay taxes, they're not citizens, but like they lost their job recently. Okay, so we're gonna kick them out? I don't know that seems fair, right? And there's going to be plenty of people. I can understand why you might do that, but it's going to leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And then you go further back. Okay, then why should I be here? Okay, I'm a British citizen, but only by what, 3 generations? You know what I mean? It gets very messy when you start opening this door. And I can understand why people want to open the door. I get it, but like it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. But at the same time, I'm not going to dismiss these people as just like evil racists, because I understand where it comes from. The problem is real. What we're arguing about is the diagnosis. How do we fix it? It's our man. It's our man. There's a lot of rot when it comes to malignant cancer in our society that we got no care. That's what I'm saying. It's really messy. I don't know how this ends. Like, as dark as it sounds, probably the only thing that would fix it is like a war. As dark as it sounds, because it would force us to put aside all our other bullshit and come together or perish. Like, and I'm not advocating that, don't get me wrong, but when you look at historically, when you have one of the things that typically ties a bunch of tribes into one polity is defending against an exterior force, unfortunately. For the philosophical argument in my silly Tekken stream, what's going on? Yeah, sorry, this happens sometimes, right? I'm not advocating for that, but that's the thing. Sad reality is what Enoch Powell said has actually come true. Yeah, but it doesn't have to that, because the thing is, what Enoch Powell said has come true here, but it didn't come true in, say, Singapore. Singapore has the same problem that we had. Various ethnicities, all with cultural baggage not liking each other. A multicultural society can work, but it's a project that has to work. And the people in charge have to know what they're doing. This is the thing. But Lee Kuan Yew was a much needed dictator. But this is my point. He was, but he needed to. As bad. No, but it was though, because the thing is, I know you say it's bad, but the thing is, if you studied history, every nation started off under a dictatorship. Like, you just had a king, right? You just had a king who forced these tribes into one group, and then eventually. No, it's not. And then eventually you can take off the reins, because those 6 tribes of people genuinely have become one people, right? But it takes time. It doesn't happen naturally. It has to happen by force, and then you can like take off the reins. Lee Kuan Yew was needed in the early phases. That's what happens, right? It's hard to fix because it's hard to define the problem and what's yeah, exactly. Different people have different diagnoses, and what I call a diagnosis, other people would call would make the problem worse, and vice versa. But it's a mess. It's a real mess. It's a real mess. Well, rest assured, Chad, my country, USA, is working towards pissing everyone so that yours and the rest of its allies will band together to take it down someday. We'll see, man. I have a lot of love for America, but the thing is with America, at least America economically, you're doing well. Your households aren't. I get that. Your households are getting fucked. The gas prices are going through the roof. But I'd never want to hear Americans talk about gas prices, because we would kill for your gas prices. In Europe, we'd kill for your gas prices. That's the thing. We'd kill. Doubting EU will ban. The EU will never band together. We will never band together, because we're different peoples, and all the attempts to force it together just won't work. It's higher in the EU. Yes, it's higher in the EU. Are you crazy? It's always higher in the EU. Are you mad? We'd kill for your prices. England is in shit right now. It's in the shit, bro. It's in the shit. Here's the thing. A nation is comprised of a people, right? And a lot of these Western nations are being ethnically replaced because they can't afford to have children. I mean, I don't know about that. I kind of hear it. I do kind of hear it, because let's take it one step at a time. We have a society that disincentivizes the people in the society from having children. That's problem one, right? A tribe that can't replace itself is a dead tribe. Let's stop it. Doesn't matter if you're in England, West Africa, South Africa, East Asia, whatever. A tribe that can't replace itself is fine. We can start there, right? And that's happening in Britain. That's happening all over the place for a variety of economic reasons that we can get into. That is happening. At the same time, like you said, though, we're also importing a lot of labor in other places, which is also affecting favorability. So replacement makes it sound like a conspiracy theory, like there's a group of people being like, "Ooh, let's replace these people with these people." That's not what's happening. What's happening are two colliding situations. Japan is a great example. Japan has half of our problem, right? Japan, they're not replacing each other. So they're failing the same way we're failing, but they're just not importing people in, right? At the rate we are. So it's two separate issues that are going the same way. And I think it's important to look at them as two separate issues. Why is it that people aren't having children, right? And what's the tragedy for me is that I forget where it was. I was watching this documentary about the replacement birth rate. And one of the tragedies is there are a lot of women who don't want to have kids, and that's fine. But the tragedy is not most, but over 50% of women over the age of 35 who don't have kids, when asked, said, no, I did want to have kids. I didn't meet the right person, or I didn't put myself in an economic situation where it seems responsible to have kids. I think that's the biggest tragedy. If you don't want kids, that's fine. That's fine. But like, the tragedy is that there are plenty of men and women who would love to form families. They'd love to, but you just can't afford it. That's the biggest crisis. Bigger than anything. The thing is, birth rates vary consistently throughout history. They go up, they go down, but nations will stay alive as long as its people continue. Yeah, but this is the thing, though. This is the thing. But you need to be able to replace yourself. You need to be able to replace yourself as a people. So to me, that's a massive issue. But that you don't even need immigration to be involved for that to be an issue. That's already an issue. But then when you add in the sense of like more and more people competing for finite resources, finite jobs, finite houses, finite places on a NHS waiting list, it gets really messy. It's not entirely economic problems because falling birth rates. But exactly, Kenny. This is what we've been saying in Kilkenny. It's a cultural component. That's why it's so messy. It's so messy. Low birth rates are fixable, but when you introduce important cultures, no. But again, respectfully, low birth rates aren't fixable. Not conveniently so. Because the very few countries that have entered this trap have managed to make their way out. And a lot of money has been spent on this. A lot of money has been spent on this. Japan is my favorite example of this. Japan is my favorite. They have this problem too. And they've had it for a longer time. China's about to see this problem too, after years of the one-child policy. Like, it's really... That's the thing. It's really important that we understand like the nature of the problem. I think I understand where the sort of great replacement blah 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 comes from. I understand this theory, but I think when we start getting into those weeds, we are missing the point. It becomes very easy to just say that, but we're not thinking about the actual issue. First, issue one: the citizens of your country are unable to come together and form families for a variety of reasons. For 30 years, women have been conditioned, quite understandably, to be distrustful of men. And men have been conditioned to not take responsibility of women and to frankly act like children for far too long. But also, even if men want to step up, often men can't fulfill the role that they want to fulfill and other people want them to fulfill, right? Like, so it's a mess. So family formation is a really important, I would argue, it's one of the most important concepts. But for the longest time, for 40 years, Western governments have been like, it's not our place to tell people who should have kids, what they should do. It's not our place. It's not our place to help. It's not our place. I'm like, no, it absolutely is your place. Family formation is important. It is arguably the most important function of the state. You must make it so that you can start businesses, and you must make it that you can start families. Right? You must. And they failed in that. And then everything comes downstream of that. And it's a real tragedy for everyone involved, for men and women. It's so bad. Look at countries like Hungary that are incentivizing people to marry children by 100%. But again, the results are pitiful. They're spending so much money to make it happen, and it's not happening. Men are also distrustful. 100%, what I'm saying. Women were distrustful of men first, right? And now men have also become super distrustful of women. So on a cultural level, men don't like women, women don't like men, right? And then economically, even if they do like each other, it's hard for them to get together. Like, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're so fucked. And the thing is, it's not even unreasonable. When I hear the complaints women have about men, I go, yeah, you kind of got a point. And when I hear the complaints that a lot of men have about women, I'm like, yeah, you kind of got a point. Like it's not unreasonable. It's really not. But it's a tragedy that we got here. And again, it's taken 30 years of getting into this, right? How'd you get out? I don't know, man. I don't know if we do, chat. How'd you get out? I don't know if we do. But this is what I'm saying. So, and again, the immigration aspect is, it definitely is a factor that makes the situation worse. But it's really important that we look at these as two separate scenarios. And I think Japan is proof of what I'm talking about, because the bigger problem is that we're not replacing ourselves, and then we're trying to replace ourselves by importing people from all over the world, regardless of where they come from. I love the nuance in this discussion. Well, yeah, I just think it's important. I think nuance is what I'm all about. I have so much sympathy for everyone on this, like so much sympathy. Not gonna lie, I think Tekken, like Hey and Eddie, no, you say off topic, this is a Tekken channel, it's actually the most on topic thing. Not gonna lie, I think characters like Hey and Eddie should be released as the 5th character every season. What do you mean like Hey and Eddie? What do you mean like lab characters? Define what you mean, Toru. But yeah, it makes me sad, man, because I like women. I like men, I like women. I mean, not like that, but I like us as people. But the hurdles preventing us from getting together are so massive. And obviously, because I'm at an age, I'm 35, right? So I'm at an age where family formation is on my mind too. I'm thinking a lot about family formation. And I'm like, it's such a nightmare. It's such a nightmare. Because even if you meet her, can I provide the security she would need to, because I like intelligent women. I like intelligent women who are classy. You know, I like classy broads. So like, okay, can I provide the security that she would need to leave, 9 months of pregnancy, time away from work to be a mother for the first couple of years? Can I provide that security? I don't know that I can. And that bugs me. Right? And I'm not necessarily convinced that it's my fault, because I'm a hardworking person and I'm by no means lazy, right? Like, and there's a lot of people in that situation, and there's a lot of women too who are like, okay, I would like to have kids, but like, can I make this happen? I don't know. I'm assuming that they mean because Eddie and Hay have never been paid DLC, basically mainstream. Oh, I hear what you mean. So they should be free in their opinion? Yeah, maybe. That would make sense. The Tekken originals and have been in Tekken for years. I think it's going away for community building. No, I hear what you mean. Yeah, the classics. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I hear it. I think guest characters make sense. It's a great video we might have to watch where, I forget what his name is, but he was talking about how Tekken's not for us anymore. It's a really good video, actually. I might watch it I will watch it on stream once we finish our little chat. I like some people. People start at the sphincter in the womb and never grow further from that later. I'm like, lol. I come from a country that fought against Islamic tyranny for hundreds of years, preserving our culture, so maybe my opinions are a bit more extreme. No. KSRD, what you're saying right now, the reason why I'm sensitive to what you're saying, a lot of people would like dismiss it as like racist or whatever. And obviously you can tell from the way I'm talking that I won't, because as you can see, I'm black, right? And as a black person, I look at our ethnic group and I see that we fall behind in many metrics. And for much of my life, I'm constantly being told that the reason we're falling behind is because, the white man, TM, is holding us down. And my honest observation has been, actually, no. There are lots of cultural aspects in my own community that I think are really backwards. And it's really funny because, like I said, I come from a country called Sierra Leone, right, in Africa. And even in Africa, we would look at our neighbors and we would kind of like, we were known for being kind of condescending, right? You are black, I know. We're known for being condescending, right? Because again, our tribe was kind of put together after slavery by the British, right? So we have this very Victorian mindset. So we have this view, it's not a good thing necessarily, but we have this view of like, our culture is very Victorian. It's very much imported. But as a result, we've always been at odds with like our black peers. And when we come to the UK, our family specifically, we often see the way a lot of other black people are behaving and kind of go, this is kind of not it, right? And so the point I'm trying to make is that I have known, and my family have known, and my people have known that culture plays a major factor in the outcomes of various groups of people. But the second you try to have a conversation about culture, you'll be dismissed as being a racist. Or if you're talking about your own culture, you'll be dismissed as being a self-hater. It's like, no, I'm not being self-hater. I can go into the details, but there's a sense of like, one is not allowed to criticize cultures. Here's the problem though. We live in a multicultural society. And what's happening now is that we have all these cultures next to each other, and now bunches of conversations that we should have been having for the past maybe 30 years are happening now. But they're happening in a horrible situation where there are fewer jobs to go around, there are fewer houses to go around, there are fewer opportunities. So we're all fighting over decades over the Titanic, right? So it's a really messy and heated conversation. But the truth is, conversations about culture are needed. And in America, like I've read many books about this, like in America, the culture of like the Northern blacks and Southern blacks is a main thing. I know cessation might be one of those buzzwords to sort of lose in meaning, but for me, can't get away from that. It is prejudice. Many people were just against black people and how 100%. I don't think anyone who is being intellectually honest, will deny that there are biases towards and against the ethnic majority. No one will deny this, right? I think that's fair. But the thing is, the average Nigerian earns more than the average white American. Why is that so? Right? Because very often we compare black to white, but when we compare black to black, why is it that Jamaicans have different consequences to say people from West Africa? Why is it that even if we look within one nation, why do they say people from the Igbo tribe perform better than other tribes? My point is that there are if we say that systemic racism accounts for, let's say, 10% of the discrepancy, I put it to you, and this is my genuine belief, and people have definitely had a go at me for this, I put it to you that cultural differences makes up for a far larger number. So I'm not denying the existence of systemic racism and stuff like that. Only a fool would deny that. My point is, I think that the far greater consequences are cultural differences. I'll give you a great example. When I was growing up, it was very clear to me that my job was to finish school, get married, and have kids in that order, okay? Finish school, get married, have kids. If I even thought about breaking that order, if I got someone pregnant before marrying them or leaving school, the amount of shame I would feel and the amount of ridicule I would have gotten would have been massive in my community, for me personally. But I have peers who, when I say this, they'll be like, well, whatever, that's just life. And I'm like, no, it's not just life. This is an example of a cultural difference. The white man has nothing to do with our different views of family formation, what is acceptable and what's not. And even if we completely ignore white people, eliminate them, you'll notice that Nigerians tend to have a lower rate of like out of wedlock births than say people from Jamaica, who will have it less than from the Ghana or whatever. And my point is, this discrepancy, more than anything, has a larger impact on your household income, more than, you know, the institutional racism and stuff like that. And my point is, until very recently, we weren't even allowed to have this conversation. Or if you would, you'd be demonized. I'm like, no, we need to have this conversation. There are cultural aspects that are holding us back, right? And again, I often get demonized when I have this, but the reason, to go back to what KSRD is saying, even within my own ethnicity, my own group, I have understood the importance of culture. And now that I'm seeing this conversation happen on a broader scale, like people in Britain talking about British culture, English culture, what is our culture? America is having this conversation too. I see it and I'm like, it's why I have a lot of sympathy towards it, because I'm like, no, these people aren't just being racist. They're asking real questions that, frankly, we should have all been asking ourselves for the longest time. We should have been asking ourselves. I'm not trying to demonize anyone or shame anyone. These questions are important. Because if the multicultural project is going to work, then we need to be able to have these tough questions about cultures. We have to. Yeah, actual racists believe all the races are subhuman. Yeah, exactly. And nationalists are proud of the people of the country. Exactly. I totally understand it. But the thing is, I get this way too, right? So obviously I'm from Britain. I've spent my whole life in Britain. I spent my whole life in England specifically. I grew up watching British television, British music. This is my life, right? And sometimes I'll see black people behave in a way, that makes me cringe. Like, it makes me cringe. I'm like, this is gross. And I'll see white people observing the same behavior that I'm observing, and there's almost a sense of like, I'm not with them. There's a part of me that wants to be like, I'm not with them. Like, I'm actually not with them. The thing that appalls you about them, it appalls me too. This is not good behavior. I agree 100%. Asking questions is so important. We just need to have it, but the longest time we haven't been able to. I feel this is especially black. I feel like, especially being black, it feels like nuance isn't allowed, and you have to pick a side. Of course, I choose black people every time, but I want what's best for us too. No, 100%. For me, my loyalty is to a set of cultural principles. So, for example, one of my favorite people in history is a man called William Wilberforce. He was a white abolitionist. Rich man, wealthy man, didn't have to care about slavery at all, but he saw slaves in chains and he was just like, I'm appalled by this. And one of the things I read his book years ago and it stuck with me, and I think everyone should know him the same way everyone knows Martin Luther King and stuff. But one of the things I find very fascinating about him, and people in general, is that like, we can't afford to live in a world where people only care about their interests. Like, we need men to care about women's issues. We need women to care about men's issues. We need black people to care about people of color, even though I hate that term. But we also need people of color to care about white people. But there's this sense of like people only really being interested in their own stakeholder group, and I'm like, it's gonna get us all killed. Like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Yeah, it's really messy. And I'll hear black people say things about white people that I'm like, but you know, in your heart of hearts, if you heard a white person say that, you'd lose your shit. And that's okay if you're okay with them saying it, but like, we have to hold each other to the same set of standards. But it's very fashionable to hold different people to different sets of standards, and we come up with excuses. Well, the reason is because of this historical thing. We have to understand because of slavery, because of this. I'm like, no. I'm not ignorant of the past, but the point is we can't move forward together unless we have a common rule set. We have to have a common rule set. We just have to. And if you look at all the evils of history, the second, I believe in like moral symmetry, right? Do unto others as you have them do unto you. Don't do to others what you wouldn't have done unto you, right? When you look at all of the travesties in human history, it always comes about because people break moral symmetry. They come up with some sort of narrative as to why that group doesn't deserve to be treated like us. Well, they're subhuman, say the Nazis, or well, their ancestors were cruel to our ancestors, so we don't have to treat them the same way, right? The narrative changes with each passing, but like, I am a very big proponent of moral symmetry. And I think once society moved away from the idea of moral symmetry and started to move to this idea that everyone has to be treated differently. Well, you're this oppressed, so you need to be treated this way. You're this oppressed, so you need to be treated this way. Okay, the results you need to get into this university, if you're from this group, is here. But if you're from this group, it's here. And if you're from this group, it's... The second we break moral symmetry, we're fucked. And all the stories we tell each other as to why it's okay, I've always been against it. But you have to understand, I'm always being told, oh, whatever, your colorblind vision is it's gonna hold us back. We need equity, not equality, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're just not gonna win me. You're just not gonna win me. We have to hold each other the same. We cannot move forward together unless we hold each other the same standards. We just can't. I'm defo gonna use that phrase. I haven't heard it before. No, it's just like, yeah, we just need moral symmetry. Like, that's really important. And it's, I haven't heard it before. It's a phrase I use because this is the kind of thing I think about a lot. I'm not sure if anyone else has used that phrase. Maybe I'll write a book one day. But like, one of the things I've just observed is that we always break moral symmetry. We tell these stories, oh, they don't deserve this because blank, right? Always some sort of story. Our ancestors, they're subhuman because of this war, because of this. We come up with some sort of excuse why we don't have to treat others as we want to be treated. And the second that happens, you're fucked. And when I'm working with young people, I'm always trying to tell them, hey, look, the second you hear someone try to tell you a story about breaking moral symmetry, that person's a grifter. That person's a grifter. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. We cannot. Breaking moral symmetry is the first sign we're going to hell. And then you see the whole side. You see white people who feel justified in hating black people. You feel black people who feel justified in hating white people. You hear men who feel justified in hating women. Women who feel justified in hating men. And it's tragic. It's fucking tragic. Yes, I'm never gonna post it on YouTube because this isn't. Maybe when I go to Taiwan, I'll start a fucking political channel, and then we can have these conversations more often. But yeah, this is yeah, it's just a real shame, and I'm glad we're having this kind of conversation. Like, I remember a while ago I was talking to this white guy from Canada, and he was really shy about talking. He's like an ethno-nationalist. And he was like, but he's an ethno-nationalist, but he wasn't a racist, which sounds crazy. But I was like, but he was like, no, I'm worried that like my group is going to be replaced. And I was like, hey, let's have this conversation. You're not a hateful person. We've spoken for the longest time, but it was worth having, and I feel like I moved his viewpoint at least a little bit away from where he was before, because I was having this conversation. I'm like, because he was one of these positions where it's like, well, should I be able to vote? Right? Should I be able to vote? Because if your view is that one does not become part of the nation simply because they're born there, which I think is a valid point. Okay, well, is there a way I can earn citizenship? Well, Canada is mega fucked up at the moment. Yeah, it's mega fucked up at the moment, but it's mega fucked up at the moment because of a similar problem that we had. I was talking to actual Nazis that had really interesting conversation. I bet. I'm willing to talk to anyone if they're willing to be civil, right? But like, it's whether or not they're willing to be civil. But for the longest time, you couldn't have a conversation like this because the second you do, you're a racist, you're a Nazi, blah blah blah. It's like, no. Let's have. I mean, some people are racists and Nazis. Let's be clear. But like, let's just have this chat. You know what I mean? But yeah, if there's one thing to take away from this, like, you should be scared. You should be resentful of anyone who tries to break moral symmetry. And again, it comes back to like when we talk about the Muslim rape gangs. The reason why it's really rocked Britain is because it's like, if a group of white men had been systematically sexually assaulting Pakistani women, the country would have exploded. Countless people would have gone to jail. Countless public officials would have gone to jail. Politicians would have lost their heads. But the fact that this was kept quiet, for so long showed people that, why is this? This isn't right. Like this is, it's really messy. It revealed something that we kind of knew was happening for the longest time. The sort of the double standing. And that double standing is going to get us all killed. Everyone. We should all want these people to be just buried underneath the jail.
Round 3. Fight.
Yeah, it's enough. Oftentimes, people who are the most extreme tend to know the most about basic politics and history. And say, yeah, it will. No, it's just a real mess. But if we can't have this conversation, it's That's a shame. But yeah, that's enough politics chat. This was a fun detour. This was good. I'm gonna put something on YouTube real quick. I'm gonna leave the lobby because I had enough Tekken for today. But we're gonna watch a Tekken video and then we're gonna end it. All right? It's a great Tekken video, and if you're on YouTube, in fact, even if you're not on YouTube, I need you to go over and watch this video because I don't want to steal likes from this guy. In fact, I might post my views on YouTube, but I'll post it a while later because I don't. It's really important that you don't steal content from other people. Know what I'm saying? But I am gonna react because the shit's good. Let me find it. Let's see. Watch this create. Oh, there it is. 9k views. This guy has fewer subscribers than me. It's fucking evil. Really appreciate the chat. It's rare to have honest conversation. Now that's what I live for, man. I love this. I live for these conversations, man. My favorite conversation, 3 o'clock in the morning, you had a couple of drinks and you're just going at it. Men just talking about everything we heard about women. Women telling us everything they heard about men. We're talking about race, talking about politics, but with all love. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Especially in the FGC, where most people label you as a racist, have such conversations. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah. All right, enough of that. Let's go. I'm going to leave the chat. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I already saw this video. It was very good. Yeah, it's amazing. Kilkenny. It was godlike. All right. Should be able to see it. Yep. Okay. Everyone go hit like and subscribe.
Well played. Run it back.
Oh, I seen this pop up in my recommendation. It's really good. I'm heading off, Chad. I hope you and everyone in chat. Yeah, I appreciate it. The video I sent, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I'd already watched it, but yeah, it's good that you posted it.
I keep seeing the same question around Tekken 8. Is this game broken? Some people say yes, some people say the players and content creators are just overreacting, some people say that the developers have lost touch with what Tekken is supposed to be. And then there are the players who've gone past the anger stage and now sound like they're just attending a funeral for someone who owed them money. And honestly, I get it. For a long time, I thought this argument was mostly about balance. Heat is too strong, defense feels weak, tracking is annoying, and some characters are just too easy. Some of the patches make people want to stare silently at a wall for medical reasons, but balance doesn't quite explain everything. Because Tekken 8 is a strange kind of success story. On paper, almost everything worked. Bandai announced 1 million copies sold on day one,
Sheesh.
2 million in the first month,
Sheesh.
and by early 2025, Tekken 8 had passed 3 million copies sold, reaching that milestone faster than Tekken 7 did.
That's it.
And that should be the clean side of the story, right? A major fighting game launches well, the brand grows, the numbers look healthy, the company can point to the sales and say, look, that worked. But inside the community, it doesn't feel that simple. Players are tired, Steam reviews are bleeding, creators sound exhausted.
You're gonna give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love.
You lied twice.
Yeah, man, Holo.
Give me what I want.
And
Skim from Marby
patch
Dress
gets
Ups.
treated less like an update.
Why is there no
and more
anti-Kuni
like a
channel?
crime scene
It'll come. It'll
investigation.
come.
So I started with one question.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Fuck, I got. Oh, okay, before I end the stream, I gotta show everyone my anti-Kuni drills and then see if they can add stuff to it. Because yeah, Kuni be fucking me up. I ain't gonna lie.
Feels so different. But the more useful question became, who was this version of Tekken actually built for?
This is the question,
I
chat.
should be clear about what I'm doing here. I'm not saying Tekken 8 has no skill, no depth, or no good ideas. There are still brilliant players doing incredible things in this game that I couldn't dream of doing if you gave me 3 lifetimes and a Korean backdash tutor. I'm also not claiming to be an Evo champion. I grew up with Tekken.
This was built for Smash players?
My first
Low
one
key.
was Tekken 2, so I know the shape of the series. But what I do know
Bro,
Tekken 2
Paul used. Okay, I don't wanna sound gay, but Paul used to be a
to
baddie,
be
bro.
an Evo champion. I grew up with Tekken, and my first one was Tekken 2, so I know the shape of the series.
Bro, Paul used to be a baddie. Bro, Paul used to be that guy. Paul used to be Mr. Steal Your Girl. Holy shit. Paul used, now look at him. Whoo! Oh my God. Paul used to be a bad motherfucker. Now look at him. He looks like a bum.
But what I do know
it is what it is. I'm telling you like it is. Tell me I'm lying. He used to be a killer. He would steal your girl. Now look at him.
I'm trying to understand.
He looks like a bum.
Does this version of Tekken keep surviving after this much backlash? What is Bandai seeing that so many long-term players
Paul did not. He did not age well.
What does that tell us?
He peaked in high school. You hate to see it.
Are going? By the end, I don't think everyone is going to agree. That would probably be boring anyway. But hopefully we will at least be arguing about the right thing. Because maybe Tekken 8 is not simply an old formula gone wrong. Maybe it is the new product doing a different job. A bigger budget, global content driven version of Tekken
American guy,
a wider audience, as opposed to the arcade killers, lab monsters and the legacy players who carried the series for decades. And once you see it that way, the patch notes stop being enough. But before we can answer who Tekken 8 was built for, we have to answer something more basic. What did Tekken players think they were protecting? Because the term Tekken player does not just mean someone who bought the game. It means someone trained by a very specific design language. Welcome to Shocking Cost TV. We break down
that term he used is actually really spot on. Trained by a very specific design language. I constantly talk about the analogy I often use when I talk about Tekken and learning Tekken is like learning a language, because it's true. And yeah, it does. That's such a good analogy. It does feel like Tekken 8 is definitely modifying the language in a way that I'm not a fan of. Like, what the fuck is, what do you mean it's on fleek? What the fuck does fleek mean? Like, try to get with it. Like, you know, you're using weird slang. You're breaking the language, dear boy.
Very specific design language. Welcome to Shocking Cost TV. We break down the business side of gaming and fandom. Every video is meant to make you 1% smarter about the money behind the culture that you love.
Money behind the culture.
To understand why
go subscribe to this
feels so wrong to so many people, we should look at Tekken's source code. No, I don't mean the literal code, the design language.
Katarina Alves, rest in peace.
Spent decades teaching players to care about. A lot of players are circling that feeling. The game feels like a sprint that you can't stop. Defense feels weak. Movement feels sluggish. You feel like you're fighting the system as much as the opponent. I mean, yes, it's still Tekken in name.
That Hell Sweep track was tough.
Spend all night playing like Tekken fighter games.
Tekken. I'll always remember that. Tekken. To be fair, that's how casuals would pronounce Tekken.
But sometimes it feels like someone strapped a rocket to it, threw it down a hill and called the crash player engagement. But to a new viewer, that frustration might sound a bit vague. Defense feels weak, movement feels wrong, and it doesn't feel like Tekken anymore. Fair enough. And if you're not deep in the series, that can just sound like all players shouting into the clouds. So we need a little bit of context here. Tekken comes from a very specific fighting game.
Yeah, Ken is fist, yeah, Tekken.
Before Tekken, there was Virtual Fighter, the game that proved 3D fighters could actually
in Chinese is Techuan.
It gave fighters
which is watching this a while working. Yeah, it's a good video.
Language, space,
Techuan,
body positioning, punishment, and the feeling that a fight could happen around an opponent instead of only across a flat line. Tekken came out of that same world. The connection is direct. Seiichi Ishii worked on Virtual Fighter,
earlier when the older
went on to direct and design Tekken and Tekken 2.
Worse for the devs and Sweet and yeah, I can see that.
3D because the camera moved a bit. The series comes from an early attempt to make fighting games feel physical. Then Tekken slowly became its own monster. The early games had a martial arts base. The weight, the close range pressure, and the limb-based control system where each arm and leg had its own specific button. It made the characters feel like bodies. I mean, yes, weird bodies sometimes. Bodies with terrible family issues, but bodies nonetheless. Then Tekken 3 is where the identity really starts.
Yeah, Tekken 3 is that shit. Tekken 3 is that shit. That crack. I say Tekken. Tekken. Why aren't you taking these throws?
It stopped trying to be like other fighters and other games and took over its own thing. Sidestepping becomes universal. The third axis of movement starts to matter properly. Now,
bro, this sequence, kick to the left of her, kick to the right, is so clean.
Axis
Bang!
of movement
Bang! Oh, that's so sick, bro. I'm mixed. Oh, back when we were focused on just martial arts shit. Fucking, let's anime shit. That's so clean. What?
Now, the game is more than about blocking the right thing. It's about standing in the right place, moving at the right time, making something miss and punishing the mistake before the other player has a chance to even finish regretting it.
Yeah.
Over time,
make him whiff, make him pay.
Became the language of Tekken.
Yep.
Movement, spacing, defense, punishment, character knowledge. Serious character knowledge. I mean, the knowledge checks in this game are insane.
Yep.
And each game added another layer. Tekken 4 experimented with space, walls, and uneven stages. Tekken 5 pulled the series back towards a cleaner competitive center. Tekken 6 added rage.
Never heard of William Wilberforce. I will read up about him. Have you heard of John Brown?
Side of Tekken into a
John Brown, is that the holy man?
Tekken 7
the holy man who killed a bunch of people? He was like, I will free people for the Lord. Yeah, I heard of John Brown.
With rage ups, power rushes,
John Brown's great.
Guest
He's another great character.
Slow motions, and the first clear signs of Tekken becoming more
Preacher John Brown?
friendly.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to Tekken 8, the series has already changed a lot. Now, nobody serious is pretending that old Tekken was pure. I'm not going to do that. Old Tekken also had robbery, it had cheese, it had characters doing criminal activities in broad daylight. Let's not even
he was about it.
Holy Temple,
I wish they removed stand transitions on block and make them at least -5. Yeah, for the most part.
Hell no. But underneath the nonsense, players still believe the series had a center. Movement, spacing, punishment, patience, all of that stuff. The little moments where Tekken slows down just enough for the better player to make the other person regret breathing.
There are certain decisions, I might look at it in training mode, but there are certain decisions that made me go, this character was clearly made in a different era, like with Feng Wei and his back turn stance. We'll look at it in a second. But like, yeah,
in the wrong direction.
Man,
so when players say
new
Tekken
character design in Tekken 8 is so bad.
They aren't just complaining about one mechanic.
My favorite English figure in history is probably Nelson Drake.
Is moving away from the language that it's
absolutely amazing lines. They look 100%.
And that's why 3 words hit so hard.
Yeah, for me it's William Wilberforce, Thomas Disraeli.
You're not stupid. I mean, come on. To
those are my 2.
Why those 3 words hit so hard, you have to look at the train wreck of the first 2 seasons.
Old Kazuya. Yeah. To be fair, old Kazuya.
Creators essentially introduced a new style of play, as we've discussed earlier. The only way I can describe it is this: they essentially gave both players massive chainsaws, turned up the music, and rewarded whoever swung first and hardest. They added features where you took damage even if you perfectly blocked an attack. Suddenly, 30 years of playing smart defense actually just got you killed. Fans begged the company to tone down the aggression, but when Season 2 dropped, Bandai Namco essentially served everyone a slice of the same pie.
Turned up.
Very aggressive pie. They doubled down on the chaos. They made attacks even more explosive and
for instance, in Titanfall, the gameplay is designed around the movement, Titans and maps, gunplay. Yeah, no, I hear you, Toro. Sorry, it took me a while to see that message. Yeah, it's sometimes they try and shoehorn in design elements that weren't there, and it fucks up. We had the same thing in Tekken with 360 throws. That works in Virtua Fighter, and DOA does not work in this game, and they didn't realize that till it was too late.
Magic phrase to calm down the angry mob and convince them that the nightmare was finally over. And that is why those 3 words hit so hard. Back to basics. You cannot say back to basics to a Tekken audience and then act surprised when they think you mean old Tekken. To a legacy player, those words actually mean movement, spacing, and punishment, and blah blah blah, all that stuff. That phrase had more baggage than a 55-year-old man taking his first trip to Thailand. And I don't think Bandai is stupid. They knew those words had weight, but the community and the company.
Oh wait, fuck! You can't see what's happening on screen. My bad.
Two different
my
ways.
My bad.
Because
Sorry,
when the community
I'm in the way.
started celebrating a return to old ways, Bandai would step in and clarify. Back to basics does not denote a return to earlier Tekken battle systems.
That made me so angry.
As they said. This is where the misunderstanding starts to matter. The players heard rescue. Bandai was talking about maintenance. They were cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, I thought it was too low. No, I know what you mean, Toro.
Exactly
it happens.
Where it is. And I think that's why Season 3
hear
had
you, Toro.
more than normal patches for a lot of Tekken fans. Season 2 still had angry energy. There was still this feeling that if people shouted loudly enough, maybe the game could be dragged back to its.
And look at Leroy, you can see how weird the game. Yeah. I was trying to play Leroy. I was like, I can't play Leroy. Leroy's weird. Leroy's made to go into stance the whole time.
Anymore. They're reading them looking for the catch. The hope for reversal.
When we get to this section, I'll show you my Fengway thing, and then we'll come back to the video.
It's like going through the stages of grief. You finally hit that stage where you accept that this.
Oh wait, no, we know the back. No one's watching this who doesn't know the back to basics things. We'll cut to here. Okay, so we're gonna cut here because this is where the video starts to get really important. But I want to show you something real quick. So let's look at Fengway's back turn stance, right? What option does he have? He has this, right, which is a high, and it guarantees this if it hits, right? He has sorry. Well, he has that. Why have I forgotten how to fucking play the character? He has that low sweep, right, which is very dangerous. Right? He has this, just safe mid wall splats, right? But here's the thing: this low being unseeable is fucked up. So it's really important that like his mids not be too good, right? It's really important that his mids not be too good. But he has his plus on block mid that's super fucking slow, but he has it, right? Imagine they allowed him to hop kick from back turn. He'd actually be broken, right? The biggest option here is the low. So it's really important that if you crouch, you don't lose your whole fucking life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really important that you don't lose your whole life. Okay? You have to hold a mix and take a certain amount of damage. You have this, right? On counter hit, it does that, right? Like, but it's really important that you should crouch here without losing everything. The worst that will happen to you if you crouch here is that, right? Which isn't nice, I admit, but it's really fucking important. And when you're here again, you don't have to guess more. I feel like if Feng was made in Tekken 8, he'd have like a mistrust. He'd have like mistrust kick. You get what I'm saying? He'd have this, but he'd also have like a launching mid option that's only like -12 on block. Pretty sure he could in T7. Up back 4 used to launch. I don't remember it launching. Not properly. I don't remember it ever launching. I played it in T7. I can't find a character I want to play in TA. I wait for Kazumi. Yo, they'll fuck up Kazumi, man. They'll fuck up Kazumi. You don't want Kazumi. You don't want any character you love in this game. You think you do, you don't, right? But the point I'm trying to make is that the way this game used to be designed is that, like, if character have big low from stance, we should probably make it so they don't fucking die if they crouch, right? But if you're back against the wall, you're actually fucked. Like, you actually are fucked. Oh fuck. Hey, how do I change this stage? How do I change this? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So here, you're fucked. You have to guess. Maybe it wasn't Fang. I know a lot of characters can. Many characters can. But Fang specifically can't for this reason. But you guess wrong, you fucking die, right? So here, it's a nightmare. Against the wall, yeah, you have to guess. Fuck. You have to guess, right? Which is great. They will force Kazumi into 5 stance, 100%, right? But like, that was classic design. But in T8, yeah, he'd have a fucking, I mean, I shouldn't say this out loud because they're probably Nakatsu's probably watching like, yeah, you're right. We should make Feng have a fucking back turn launcher. And in season 4, they gave him this, right? So now he can do shifting clouds out the back. Right? But like that's just classic design. When we talk about design language, but if they had given this character like a launching move from back to, I'd be like, this is fucked up. Like Xiaoyu gets it, but as you know, with Xiaoyu, if you backdash, the low won't launch you, but she can force you a mix with the mistrust kick. I already played Arena. She's somewhere near Kazumi type. She's got Kazumi type tools too, for sure. I don't know. Then why you don't like Kazumi? I mean, why don't you like Reina? I mean, he's definitely got some stuff. But yeah, I just want to show that. So I'm like, yeah, like Feng Wei's back turn stance is a really well designed stance, which is how you know it was designed by people not called Nakatsu. Because how do you know it came from an earlier time?
Cost of the game itself. This is the part that I
true. No,
fully appreciate at first.
There's nothing like it. No, but she got the Mishima tools. You can play. I mean, she doesn't have the down forward one, to be fair.
The more this stopped making,
You got a hell suit with the Reina.
To understand why Bandai keeps
she doesn't have a statue kick. Yeah, that's true.
Frame data for a second and look at
just check back turn F44 did launch in T7. Did it launch in T7? Damn.
Basically said the right part.
Take back everything I said. Character was fucked.
The arcade version of Tekken 7
did it always launch?
About 10% of Tekken 8. Wow.
Did it always launch in T7?
Tekken 8 is a different financial species.
Are you sure?
It was not built for arcades first and then
into a full combo
later, like the previous versions.
Damn, I should have done more back
for a global simultaneous console and PC launch from day one. That means Unreal Engine.
No, but I'm just thinking she's got the 1-1 too.
Cinematic story mode, global marketing.
Reina plays like a stance Kazuya, crazy ass character.
DLC, multi-year content plan. All of the expensive shiny bits that make the executive nod in the meetings and
I think all of them are for that's a new TA property. Interesting.
In the corner.
That's back what I said then. Character's brain dead. Nah, she's nowhere near Katsumi type. Yeah, fair enough. I'm good at
much. The business around it changes. The company no longer thinks like an arcade developer trying to please the cabinet killers. It starts thinking like a global entertainment company. So let's do some rough bro maths for a second. A worldwide AAA fighting game
down to 1+2
could easily be an $80 to $100 million product, or even 120 million project once you include development, marketing, support, and all the machinery around it. The exact number is not the point. The point is what that kind of cost does to the incentives. At that price point, you are no longer building only a game for people who already understand it. You are now building a product that has to convince people who do not. And this is where the design conversation starts to change. It is no longer just how do we satisfy Tekken players. It becomes who else can this game reach? Old Tekken came from a different world. Arcade culture, slow refinement, learning through pain, losing money to the same bastard at the cabinet until something finally clicked. It was built for the guy who played like he owed the devil rent. It lives in trailers, streamers, reaction clips, DLC roadmaps, esports broadcasts.
Oh fuck, my bad. Sorry, you know I'm a bad streamer. You gotta tell me sooner.
While pretending to work. People who do not know a sidestep from a snack bar can still understand a glowing fist to the jaw. So when people ask, Tekken 7 sold well, so why change it? And that's actually a really good question. 12 million copies worldwide is incredible, but Bandai may be looking at the same success through different lens. The strange thing is that Tekken 7's success may have helped create the problem. To players, Tekken 7 proves the old formula still worked. To Bandai, it may have proved something slightly different. This can be bigger. That is the strange danger of success. It does not always protect the old formula, and sometimes it convinces a company that the next step is expansion. Once the audience gets bigger, the game starts serving people who don't necessarily love the old friction.
Yeah, and this is the problem, right? And I was saying this even since season 1. It seems obvious that Tekken 7 was so successful, they were like, well, we should be... Tekken is a household name. Everyone knows Tekken. Everyone's played a Tekken game, whether it was Tekken 3 back in the day or Tekken 2 or whatever. Everyone knows Tekken. So it's like, actually, 12 million, maybe, that's... Rather than seeing that as a ceiling of our success, that's the floor of our success. So I get it. We want to get more and more people into it. But at what cost, player? At what cost?
So now we have the pressure. A bigger game, a wider audience, a product that has to be easier to sell. What does that actually show up like inside the game? And if you want to see that shift, you don't really have to look very far. You just take a look at Heat. Okay, quick version if you have not played Tekken 8. Every round, every character gets this thing called Heat. You can activate to yourself or enter it through specific certain attacks. The screen changes, your character starts glowing, and for a short window, the game gives you more ways to keep attacking. More pressure, more chip damage, bigger attacks, more reasons for the other player to sit there and suffer. So if old Tekken often asked you to wait, move, block, and look for the perfect mistake, Heat does something completely different. It pushes the round forward. You can see it immediately. The game gets louder, the pace gets heavier. The big moment is no longer hidden inside the movement or spacing, it's right.
Do you think Tekken 8 could have kept a lot of the qualities and aesthetic of old Tekken games and still have reached a wider audience? Yes, I do. I think it would have been more successful if they had just made it's hard to say because Tekken 7 transformed over the course of its life. End of Tekken 7 played a lot like Tekken 8, like a shittier version. So this was the direction they were always moving in. So a lot of the rot we're dealing with started there. It's hard to draw a direct line. Could they have kept Tekken 7 being popular if they stayed with the old philosophy? I think they could have, but who knows, man.
There on the screen. And that makes Heat one of the clearest clues in Tekken 8. I'm not going to give you a 20-minute sermon on frame data. I mean, that way lies madness, and I'm sure there will be one person in the comments calling me a fraud because I didn't mention their favorite attack, you know, from 2018.
You're a fraud.
Harada and Ikeda have basically acknowledged, well, when Harada was still with Bandai Namco, they acknowledged that the customer profile has shifted. Tekken 8 is built for smoother onboarding, louder spectacle, bigger moments, and Heat sits right in the middle of all of that. Heat is still a mechanic, obviously, but it's also doing jobs that mechanics did not always have to do. It creates trailer moments, it gives newer players a way back into the round, it makes the game easier to understand from the outside. In other words, Heat is not just balance, it's marketing, accessibility, and retention sitting inside the battle system. And by retention, I mean the basic business problem every live game has. How do you keep people playing long enough to care about the next update, the next character, and the next thing being sold to them? Because once a system starts doing that many jobs, you don't just remove it, do you? Because players might not like it. Bandai can nerf Heat, they can tune it, they can apologize around it, they can sand down the rough edges when the community starts, sharpening their pitchforks. But removing Heat would not just change the game, it would attack the version of Tekken 8 that they are trying to sell, and that's the trade-off. Heat is not just something players fight against, it's part of the product. And once you start seeing Tekken as a product built to travel further, Bandai's own language starts to make a lot more sense. This is where the story started to shift for me, because Bandai has a corporate phrase for this: IP access strategy. Terrible words, I know, but the meaning is simple. They want Tekken to be worth more than just a game. Bandai also talks about maximizing IP value, but in normal English, it just means Tekken has to do more than sell copies. It has to support DLC, esports, licensing, data, partnerships, collaboration, and long-term brand value.
Damn.
The game you play is one gear in a much bigger machine.
No wonder Harada left.
So when players say,
I just want to be a cool game.
The fans, Bandai might not even hear the word fan the same way. To you, a fan is someone grinding ranked, learning matchups, labbing punishments. To Bandai, a Tekken fan can also mean someone who watches clips, buys DLCs, follows crossovers, and enters the brand through somewhere other than ranked mode. That sounds vague until something very concrete walks through the door: a guest character. Take a look at the new guest character Yujiro, because suddenly the question stops being, is this character cool? And it becomes, who is Tekken trying to reach now? Yujiro fits Tekken, almost too easily actually. He's the strongest creature on Earth, he's violent, ridiculous, muscular, and somehow even a worse parent than Heihachi. Which is pretty impressive, to be honest, because Heihachi once threw a kid off a cliff and still acted like he was the victim. Tekken is already a game where family therapy usually ends in lava.
29, 28, 26.
Usual reveal, save Tekken. Speak for yourself. I don't give a fuck about your male Taylor Swift. Character's whack. But we'll see when the numbers come out.
This is a very dysfunctional family. It is a very, very dysfunctional family.
And Yujiro walking into that world is certainly not strange. If anything, the weird part is what took them so long. But the interesting question is not whether Yujiro fits. The interesting question is what job is he doing? And yes, before anyone says it, Tekken has had guest characters before. Gon was in Tekken 3, Akuma and Geese were in Tekken 7, Noctis showed up.
I think there's a way to keep Tekken.
Yes, I like
Tekken while adding new stuff. I think so too.
Annoying as hell.
The community is extremely lab heavy. Yeah, that's because it's bare bones though. The only people who play BF are hardcore.
Akuma and Geese were strange, but they were fighting games strange. They were crossover experiments for people who already cared about fighting games. And whether you like it or you hated them, they were still speaking to the fighting game audience. Yujiro is doing something else. He's not just a crossover, he's more about distribution.
Yep.
Yujiro is not here to only deepen Tekken, he's here to pull other audiences into it.
Yeah.
A character like that travels outside Tekken. He reaches Baki fans, anime fans, manga fans, Netflix viewers, gym bros, meme pages, and people who do not know what a Korean backdash is, but absolutely understand two angry fathers built like industrial fridges trying to punch the hell out of each other. This is the world modern fighting games lives in now. Trailers, reaction, clips, edits, and people seeing Yujiro next to Kazuya before they even know what a sidestep is. That is very useful if you're Bandai.
Potentially.
A returning legacy character gets Tekken players talking. Yujiro gets people outside of Tekken talking.
Both would work.
This is why the reveal starts to look a lot less random cool, but more Bandai's IP strategy in motion. So now we have the same pattern showing up twice. Inside the mechanics with Heat, outside the mechanics with Yujiro,
yeah, we'll see.
And a lot of legacy players were waiting for Season 3 to answer one question. Is Bandai going to bring Tekken back closer to what made old Tekken feel special?
No.
Bandai seems to be asking another question. How do we make Tekken bigger than Tekken players? So yes, legacy players may be right. They may be right about the
it doesn't.
The defense.
Nah, don't get twisted. Final Fantasy brand is damaged as fuck, but like, no, Clive, no one knows who Clive is. Everyone knows who Tifa is. It's a different tier.
Older games feel special. But Bandai is also asking what makes people look at Tekken. Yujiro Hanma shows which question Bandai seems more interested in answering. And once you see Yujiro that way, the question gets colder. Because
but by the same logic, just bringing Goku then, fuck it.
Machine, then the hardcore scene can be 100% right about the game and still lose the argument inside the business. Because upstairs, the question is colder. Does the product still work? And once you look at Bandai's other anime games, the pattern it's as clear as night and day, seriously. Xenoverse 2 was buried in complaints and grind and bloat for years. But it's Dragon Ball and it keeps selling.
Xenoverse 2 was good, shut the fuck up. Xenoverse 2 was sick.
Balance issues since launch, but it's Naruto and Naruto still pulls people in. And then you look at the other side. When Gundam Evolution struggled, they buried it. When Jump Force failed the business case, they took it out to the barn and put it out of its misery. The pattern is simple. If the IP keeps making money, your pain is manageable. If the business stops working, the game gets buried. Anger is survivable, weak performance is certainly not. And that may be the scariest part of this whole thing. Bandai may have heard the complaints, looked at the wider numbers and decided that the product still worked anyway. Being heard does not mean winning. And sadly, that does sound cynical, but I don't think it's as simple as the developers don't care or one producer ruined everything. Big products certainly don't move like that.
We're gonna watch up to here, and if you want to watch the end, you have to go on the video yourself and watch it. Hit like and subscribe. I don't want to steal any views from them.
To players, Tekken is sacred. It is memory, it is history, it's identity. It is the smell of the arcade, it is the friends that you made playing it. It is the moment 10 years ago when something finally clicked and you realized that the game was not just buttons, but it was language. For some people, it takes them back to the most important times in their life.
I can honestly tell you, like, my first memory of Tekken was Tekken 1. And this is like on the, when it was on the PS1, and my dad bought me the PlayStation, and I was just like, raw, like, this is amazing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is amazing. This fighting game is 3D.
Maybe you were 10 years old, maybe you were 12. This was one of your first fighting games. I certainly remember playing Tekken 2 for the first time.
Yeah, I remember for me, it was after church one day, one of my friends brings me to, Josh brings me to his place, and like, I got this game, because this game is really fun, and we're playing it, and we're just fucking button mashing on Tekken 2. We just played it all day. I remember that. Tekken 2 was great.
Change the world. But inside a corporation, a game is not only a creative thing, it's also a financial thing. It is the salaries, the deadlines, the marketing, DLC, forecasts, executives, shareholders, the ugly, boring stuff that decides what can and what can't happen. That does not mean nobody inside the company cares. That would be too simplistic.
Yeah. Culturally, anyway.
Made by people.
I used to go.
Artists,
my grandma used to take to church every weekend.
Engineers, community managers, and developers who probably
T4
know
was my first game.
exactly
She was magnificent.
how much abuse is waiting every time a patch goes live. But once a game gets big enough,
this is important,
those
though.
people are not working in a vacuum, and this is not unique to Bandai. Jeff Kaplan, who worked inside
This interview was super good.
Level,
I remember watching this. Listen to this. This part was so fucked up.
Of big budget development. When a game gets big enough, art has to share the room with survival.
Like, what sort of ultimately broke me in my Blizzard career was I got called in the CFO's office, and he sits me down and he says, he gives me a date, which at the time was 2020 and was going to slip to 2021, but at the time it was 2020. And he said, Overwatch has to make in 2020. And then every year after that, it needs a recurring revenue.
Very Islamic. Yeah, Sierra Leone is very Islamic, but again, I'm from Freetown, so we're from the British. We're from the British side, so we were the Christians.
We're going to lay off 1,000 people, and that's going to be on you.
That is the boardroom filter. And I have personally seen a version of that from the inside. I've worked on multi-million-pound programs,
my relationship's
big clients,
complicated.
big software projects, big gaming companies.
I go every once in a while, but not consistently.
I've also worked with smaller businesses where one launch date can make or break it for them for real. Yeah, we're pulling people off that smaller project. We need people somewhere else. Bigger client, bigger priority, bigger money.
Why does Kuni have a mid mix up on her one job?
My boss thinking, you do realize that you are absolutely going to fuck over that smaller company, right? They have everything riding on this. They need the launch. They need this thing to land. But once the call gets made upstairs anyway, because from senior management's perspective, the bigger client matters more. The bigger account matters more. The bigger strategic priority matters more. And it's not because everybody involved is evil or anything like that. It's usually because the machine is built to protect.
Yeah, it's a really good interview.
Everyone below gets to live inside the consequences of those decisions. And I've been in those meetings where everybody already knows what is about to happen. I'm with my team and we're all joking beforehand on a Slack call, but deep down, everybody knows the dread. They look at me and they say, yeah, good luck, mate. Enjoy the firing squad. By the way, that's what we used to call it. We would call it the firing squad because they knew what I was about to walk into. Everyone knows I'm about to walk into a room full of
How
pissed off
complicated?
people
I'll talk
with
about it
money
after.
on the line, timelines blown up, promises broken, and my job in that moment is not to rewrite history. My job is to sit there and eat the shit. At a certain level, part of your job is literally to absorb anger for decisions that you did not fully make and cannot fully explain. And that's why I laugh when people expect some public-facing producer to come out and say, actually guys,
None of this is my fault. Let me tell you which senior person over there made me make that call.
you don't get to do that. You are there to represent the project. You are there to absorb the heat. You are there to keep this thing moving along. So when I look at someone like Michael Murray, yes, I'm going to tie it back to him. I don't reduce the whole thing to this guy ruined Tekken, because again, that would be too easy. But blaming one visible face is a very convenient way to avoid looking at the machine behind him. And this is why that Kaplan clip matters. At a certain scale, the question is not just what would make the best game. It becomes what protects the bigger bet. At this scale, people are operating within boundaries that the audience rarely sees. Budget, audience targets, commercial life, accessibility, spectacle, DLC, retention, and whatever senior leadership believes the brand needs to become. The visible face gets the abuse. The structure above it sets the direction, and once the issue becomes structure, the money matters more than the comments. Once you understand that, the next question becomes even colder. If comments are not enough, if anger is not enough, and if being right is not enough, when does the machine actually move? Spoiler alert, that's usually when anger touches money.
Alright, we're pausing it there. If you want to watch the rest, go watch on YouTube. Go watch the ending. Shucking Cost TV. Great channel. I'm not subscribed. I'm such a hater. He deserves way more subscribers than me. It takes so long to make a video essay like this. What I do is I just play video games on Twitch, chat, and then post it on YouTube. This guy does real work. So yeah, go show him some love. Go show him some love. Tell him I sent you. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah. Christianity, do you mind me? Yeah, born to a Christian family, raised with Christian ethics, so I'm a Christian culturally. Don't necessarily know if I believe in God or not, to be honest. I don't know if I necessarily believe in a man in the sky, but I got a lot of wisdom from the Bible, culturally, if that makes sense, philosophically, it's all good. Whether Jesus is a man, a supersexual man, regardless if he's got magic powers or not, the shit he said was pretty good to live by. Respect your mother and father, love thy neighbor, do unto others, blah, blah, blah. These are good rules. So yeah, you can follow him either as a supernatural figure, as most Christians do, or as a teacher, like you would follow Plato or Aristotle. So I suppose that's why I say it's complicated, because I don't necessarily have the fucking, he's in the sky, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I do live my life in accordance with that code, and I do go to church on a regular basis, typically, depending on where I live. For example, when I go to Taiwan, the first thing I'm going to do is go to church, if that makes sense, because it's good to be part of a community, and I'll throw myself into that community, and if they're looking for volunteers for something, I'll help. So I think it's good to be in amongst a family of families outside of just your blood family. So yeah, that's why I say it's complicated, because it's not a case of like, I'm not a classic thing. But if you put a gun to my head, it's like, do you believe in God? I'd be like, probably not in the way you think, probably in the way I'm supposed to think. And, it's always an awkward conversation with like Christian pastors, because I'm like, look, I clearly live by Christian rules, but I'm not going to lie to you. I respect you too much to lie to you. I don't necessarily know that I believe in a man in the sky, but it's, like I said, it's good to be part of it. Not just like love your neighbor vaguely, but also, yeah, be part of the church, help people. I've seen the church could do good things. I think church is good for making friends. It's good for being part of the community. It's good for family formation. If you meet a good woman or a good man in the church and you form a relationship, it can be really good. You know what I mean? I think, yeah. So I think there's a lot of good there that I will ride or die for. But at the same time, there's a lot of dumb shit that's happened in the name of the church, in the name of Christianity too. So yeah, that's why I say my view is complicated. Anyway, did you never believe in the man in the sky, or did you eventually become unsure? Yeah, I believe when I was a kid. But the second I started thinking about it, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold up to scrutiny. I don't necessarily believe. Chad Taiwei play in the future? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I just didn't believe. It's just one of those things that you put a gun to my head, like, do you believe? I just don't believe. It just doesn't make sense. I think there's something going on. I don't think that the only thing that happens in the denomination. I've tried multiple denominations because I've had multiple times. It wasn't Catholic. I guess it was. I guess it was gospel, which I guess it would be an evangelical branch. But I've gone to Pentecostal. I've gone to Lutheran, which was weird. I've been to Catholic church. My country's 90% Greek Orthodox or some shit. Yeah. I probably feel close to the evangelicals, to be honest, depending on the evangelical, because even the evangelicals a very broad branch, right? Yeah. Anyway, so last but not least, what am I? So that's the first one. What's the next one? Yeah. Okay, the second one. That's the third one. Even just these, I post these videos, by the way, in these. Okay, cool. Even these, like, I was up ages just practicing this. What's the other annoying one? No. Hold on. There's a very annoying one that you have to learn. It's not that great, but bear with me. It's the mid-low. Yeah, one. You gotta punch that. No, I'm gonna get away with this. It's not negotiable. Can't believe I'm getting away with that. That move is ass now. Yeah, but even still, I'm adding it to my list. What else? Hold on. Okay. So for me, early labbing, there's gonna be more, but early labbing, I'm just trying to I gotta duck that go launch. Yeah, I didn't sidestep that. Alright, gotta change that recording to just be down forward 1 2 2. Okay. Gotta punish that. Gotta punish that. Gotta punish that. Learn to differentiate the two, because they look the same at first, but learning to differentiate them is this is so annoying that in the middle of a reel, I tried out Victor. He could step 1-1-1 string and measure up. Be pretty good. I think learning to differentiate them is really hard. But you have to sit there in training mode and just do it for a long time and then reach the point where you can do it automatically. And even then, it's never going to be 100%. So this one is I'm almost reacting to the second punch. That mid punch is what you're reacting to. But again, even if you step, you can there's another option that can catch you, but just not getting caught off guard is pretty important. So is that one? I don't even know if that's 1-on-1. I think it's 1-on-1. And then you have this one. This is so annoying. So differentiating between this and this took me forever. But if you look at, okay, so that was, she's using her left arm to jab you, so like a down forward one. And then this is the one that goes all the way to the, so if she starts with the right, it's I have to buy this character. Yeah, you have to buy the character first. But learn to differentiate between these three things on its own is massive. I think it's so shit. This sucks. Oh fuck, see I got it wrong. So just these three. I'll just start here with these three on their own. It takes a while at first, but eventually you reach a point where you can do it consistently. And again, this isn't everything. There's options that can beat all of this, but just at least having this in your repertoire will help you beat the Fujin ones. And then force them to mix things up and go for less rewarding options. And then obviously blocking that. Right, so getting that into your muscle memory is pretty good. It's hard at first. I'm not gonna lie. It took me ages. These are the moves I used to knowledge check and see if playing. Exactly. These are just knowledge checks. You gotta take these out of the repertoire. Oh fuck! But you have to react quickly. Fuck! I wasn't paying attention. Fuck. Hold on. It's safe? What are we talking about? 1-1-1? I don't know. Which one is 1-1-1? I don't even know. Which one's 1-1-1? This one? Oh, this? That is punishable. That is punishable, right? -11. But that's the one that shuts you from stepping. But this one, is it 1-1-2? That's safe, which is fucking horseshit. Why is that safe? With pushback too. It's fucking obnoxious. He was asking about how, yeah, anti-checking move. I don't know why they gave her an anti-checking one. That's such horseshit. But back to his save. Yeah, but yeah, just add it. But I think if you're gonna start, because again, people lab characters, you can't lab everything at once. Just getting this, if you can get this, that's a good start. And then start doing string stuff. Just eliminate these. That was it, even that was wrong. That's pretty good. What are the last two? Oh yeah, these are getting into the habit. If you get hit by the slide, walking is the good option. Obviously, if they delay stuff, there's options that beat it. But a lot of these motherfuckers are just flow charting. Get rid of them. Oh, but you gotta walk though. You gotta commit to walking. And it's hard to punish pass adding 4. I'm glad I play characters that can step all 3 options. There you go. Alright, so that's what you're labbing. That's my day 1 fucking drill, anti-Kuni drill. Practice that shit. Chad, giving you the next month of ranked survival. Basically, yeah, because this isn't gonna save you against like a fucking killer, but like these online scrub killers, this is a good drill to have. I'm hoping Chad will answer my last question. I didn't see your last question. What was your last fucking question? Was it good? What was your last question? I didn't see it. Scroll up. Chad, when are we fighting? When you were fighting me before, were you reacting to Relax 2-4? I've been meaning to ask, what the fuck is Relax 2-4? What the fuck is Relax 2-4? What is 2-4? Oh fuck, why am I asking you? You can't draw a diagram. Fuck, alright, fine. Let's go here. What the fuck is Relax 2-4?
The next battle.
Slap into high kick. That? Oh yeah. That? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course you react to it. Yeah, of course. You react here. That. That's what you react to. React to that. If I see that, I duck. Yeah. But I also noticed, actually, now that we're here, you started doing, like... and then, like, a sidestep or some shit. Yeah, -2. So you started doing that, and then I would try and do something, and then you'd be sidestep it. So I need to fucking... Actually, here's a question. Oh, that's too greedy. I wonder if this... Does this work? Probably too fast. Oh, it does work. Oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Fuck. That's high crush, though. I move high crush so fast. But not enough. So you gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. If I see the 2, I just crouch. That was too slow. Yeah, no. I think most players are gonna at high level they're gonna duck that every time because there's no mix. There's no mix. Yeah. Every time. Every time. Alright, that's enough, YouTube. It's fucking 4 AM on my end. Sheesh. Alright, the things I do for you. I appreciate you. Please go hit like and subscribe on my video. Go hit subscribe on the other guy's video. I appreciate you. Layers YouTube. I'll probably play again tomorrow, same time. Well, maybe a little bit earlier. But yeah, until then, peace, 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 peace. It's stream. As for you guys, only 14 of you here. Only 14 of you, but I love you. Where am I sending you to?